brains of the NITK family who are the batch of 2024-2028 BTech to the third day's orientation program on the learning environment at NITK. We thank each one of you for choosing NITK, truly a temple of knowledge and an abode of technical excellence. We welcome our extended family, the parents, relatives, and the friends. We extend warm welcome to our beloved director and deputy director. Welcome to deans, associate deans, and to each and everyone present here. At this juncture, it is our primary duty to submit our heartfelt gratitude to the noble souls who are instrumental in founding this imperial institution and creating such a splendid learning environment for all of us to flourish. At this momentous occasion, we would like to pay our sincere tributes to three noble souls. Shri U. Srinivas Mallya, founder of our institute, Professor D.C. Pavate, the founder chairman of the Board of Governors of the then KREC, and Professor A.S. Adke, the founder principal of this Temple of Learning. Coincidentally, we have celebrated our institute's Foundation Day recently on 6th of this month. Abiding to the indispensable principle, work is worship, kayakave kailasa, tat puja karma chakilam, the academics division of NITK is at its forefront of devising a world-class learning environment with the constant support and meticulous guidance of our esteemed and honorable director, Professor B. Ravi sir. To join his hands, we have Professor Subhash C. Yaragal, our beloved Deputy Director, who happens to be a proud alumnus of NITK, 1981 BTech batch of Civil Engineering. The vision of our institute is to facilitate the transformation of our students into good human beings, responsible citizens, and competent professionals, focusing on assimilation, generation, and dissemination of knowledge. Academics play a vital role in manifesting our focus towards this vision. NITK Surathkal has several distinctions when it comes to the academics domain: credit-based academic programs, student-centric contemporary and flexible curricula, and importance given to co-curricular and extracurricular components to transform our students into confident and pioneering world leaders of challenging future. Our goal is to create a conducive learning environment that not only meets but also exceeds the highest standards of academic rigor and global excellence with local relevance. The academics portfolio of NITK is spearheaded by our eminent Dean Academics, Professor G.S. Dwarkish. May I request Professor Dwarkish to provide an introduction about the academics team at NITK. Professor Dwarkish is a recipient of Professor Satish Dhawan Young Engineer State Award instituted by the Government of Karnataka in recognition of outstanding contribution to the field of engineering sciences. He is a professor in the Department of Water Resources and Ocean Engineering. He holds PhD in remote sensing applications to coastal engineering from Institute of Remote Sensing, Anna University, Chennai. Professor Dwarkish, please.
Thank you, Professor Subramanya Kundapura. Good morning, everybody. I cordially welcome each and every one of you for 12 days orientation program. In the morning session, we are going to have discussion about academic activities at NITK Surathkal. Title of the topic is Academic Office Team Introduction. Again, myself, Dwarakis GS, Dean Academic, and also Professor from Department of Water Resources and Ocean Engineering. I would like to start the presentation with one of the famous quotations by Helen Keller. Alone we can do little, together we can do so much. The academic activities in the section is completely under the bird's or eagle view of director, deputy director, and then we have dean, we have associate dean UG, associate dean PG and research, professor in charge PICs, and then we have academic staff members. So this is the hierarchy related to academic activities at NITK Surathkal. To begin with, academic office and its activities. Office of the Dean Academic is there in main building, first floor, southern side of Director's office. Some of the major activities includes announcement and preparation of brochure, bulletin, and banner. It is all related to BTech, MTech, as well as PhD program. Applications scrutiny, that is at department level. Also, national eligibility test and interview will be conducted for the selection of candidates, again at department level. Once we get the information from each and every department, our duty is to publish the shortlisted candidates in our website, and then admission process. As you all know that this time admission process was held at CIDS building. Formation of sections like S1, S2, S14, etc. Branches, that is respective engineering branches, and also in each and every department we will be having multiple number of PG programs. That's why it is different disciplines. Afterwards, course registration for all the courses in the name of PC, that is program core, electives, MLCs, liberal arts, that is all via through IRIS portal. Finally, allotment of classrooms also comes under our purview. Monitoring of examinations, both mid-semester as well as end semester, is by another team called Institute Examination Monitoring Committee. Department committees monitoring is also taking place, that is DUGC, Department Undergraduate Committee, DPGC, Department Postgraduate Committee, PWEC, Project Work Evaluation Committee, MTAC, MTech Thesis Assessment Committee, DRPC, Department Research Progress Committee, RPAC, Research Proposal Progress Assessment Committee, and DTAC, this is Doctoral Thesis Assessment Committee. All these things will be again monitored and information is collected at the Institute academic section. Class committee meetings will be conducted immediately after the mid-semester examination at department level. Again, information is coming back to the academic section. From last semester onwards, we are monitoring the attendance through IRIS. And this semester onwards, your parents can also view about your attendance status. Compilation of results and preparation and distribution of grade cards. Issuing certificates such as course completion certificate, TC, migration certificate, etc. Students' welfare as well as academic milestone includes orientation program in association with Office of the Dean SW, students' grievances and academic welfare, ring presentation ceremony, again in association with Office of Dean SW. One of the major activities of academic section is convocation. As soon as you come to the first floor, you can see the board like this. This is examination and academic section. When you enter inside, you can see the numbers starting from E1, E2, E3, going up to E9. All these sections will be earmarked or stipulated for each and every activities. Academic team includes myself, Dwarakesh, Dean Academic from Department of Water Resources and Ocean Engineering. Professor Vinata U, Professor from Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. She is working as Associate Dean, PG and Research. Professor Arun Mahalingam, Professor from Department of Mechanical Engineering. He is working as Associate Dean, UG. In addition to these three deans, we have professor in charges. 7 professor in charges are there. Number 1 and most important, Professor Uday Kumar Dalimba. Maybe during the admission, you might have seen him working starting from 9 o'clock in the morning, going up to 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening for you all. Professor Govindaraj M. is working for revision of curriculum. Professor Kamath S.S., Learning Resources, is from Department of Mathematics and Computational Science. He is taking care of all the library activities like purchase of books, both in the form of hard copies as well as soft copies, e-learning resources, journals, etc. Professor Kulkarni S.M. from Department of Mechanical Engineering, working as PIC of Indian Knowledge System. Professor Joladarasi Sharanappa is taking care of all the scholarships, maybe in the name of state government, central government, scholarship by different organizations, both national as well as international, including banks. He is from Department of Mechanical Engineering. Professor Manu, PIC of Accreditation and Ranking, he is again from Department of Water Resources and Ocean Engineering. He is completely working for NIRF ranking. Professor Aswini Chaturvedi from Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering is a PIC of Center for Continuing Education. He is taking care of QIP scholars, that is Quality Improvement Program scholars, both for MTech as well as PhD, conducting FDP, that is Faculty Development Programs, and also STTP, that is short-term training programs, etc., including conferences, both in the name of national as well as international. Academic staff. Excuse me. Academic staff. Mrs. Sandhya, Assistant Registrar, Academic, and she is taking care of all the files coming into the academics dean and then going out, and she is processing each and every activities over there. Mr. Patita, Superintendent, is supervising all the academic activities starting from the section E1 to E9. Mr. Dayanand, E1 Assistant, is well known with respect to PG and PhD scholars because he is the person every month calculating and giving the information about stipend as well as scholarship. Mr. Arish Shetty, E2 Assistant, taking care of certificates like grade cards, transfer certificate, migration certificate, etc. Mrs. Pratibha from E3 Assistant, she is taking care of all the works related to MTech by research, as well as PhD. That indicates that the progress related to each and every activities of PhD scholars starting from proposal, P1 that is progress 1, P2 progress 2, submission of synopsis, submission of thesis, and also sending the thesis information to external examiners, getting the evaluated thesis back. Mrs. Pramila, E4 assistant, taking care of state government as well as institute level scholarship. Mrs. Sumana, E5 assistant, taking care of temporary and permanent withdrawal. This is again very, very dangerous and we have to take the decision carefully. Temporary withdrawal is only for 1 semester to 1 year maximum, that too under medical ground. Even for this temporary withdrawal also, we will be discussing with the students several times and also with the his or her parents and guardians and then take the decision. This is well within our reach. If it is permanent withdrawal, again we have to discuss at multiple levels and then take the decision. And this permanent decision will be always taken by our director. Mrs. Sarita D. D'Souza, E6 assistant, she is mainly involved with the activities of admission as well as fee structure for BTech, MTech, MTech by research, MCA, MBA, and also PhD. Mrs. Usha, E7 assistant, again taking care of the certificates related to transcripts, bona fide certificate, and no objection certificates. And young and energetic E8 assistant, Mr. Arun M, is always preparing the fee structure and also verifying all the certificates involved with academic activities. Mrs. Apeksha, E9 assistant, she is taking care of quotations. Whatever the materials we have to purchase for academic section, we have to go through or we have to prepare the quotations. All those things are taken care by Mrs. Apeksha and also grade card preparation for PG students. All these activities in the name of E1 to E9 is taking place at one single room, whereas Mrs. Susma, senior technician, she is like academic major activities she is taking care in the name of database, transcripts, grade card preparation, and also revision of curriculum. Whatever the grades information coming from each and every department, directly it will go to Sushma Madam. She will be going through each and every courses, each and every grades, and she is also finding lot many mistakes here and there, and then coming back and then discussing with us, modifying, and with the help of department level officers. To assist Susma, we have another officer, Mrs. Sarita Setti, assistant programmer. She is also involved with grade card preparation as well as database. We know that to work in a team, definitely there are multiple levels, multiple files will be there. All those files are moving from one point to another point within the section or going out of the section to other departments, and that is taken care by Mrs. Sashireka, junior assistant. And we have another person, Mr. Ashok. We always call him as a file manager. Whatever the letter comes to Dean Academic Office, he will be getting the signature from us. While it is going out, each and every letter, he will take the xerox and keep it properly day by day. And once we ask any letters, maybe after 10 days or 20 days, he will directly go back to that file and then give the office letter. So he is Mr. Ashok, office maintenance person. Well, whatever the problems related to academic, financial, social, or even personal, don't worry. We are all with you. We are all working as a team for your progress. You simply come to us through proper channel. The channel must be starting from course instructor, faculty advisor, and then your letter has to be processed through HOD of the parent department, associate dean, and finally, dean academic. Take care of minimum credit requirements, that is 15, 40, 60, and 80 to go to second year, third year, and final year. Anything less than that considered as termination or cancellation of registration. Work hard to score good marks or to earn good grades. If you work hard for the coming 4 years now, then your next 40 years will be very good. These 4 years will take care of your life in next 40 years. If you relax over here for 4 years, you may have to struggle for next 40 years. Aim for higher studies, top class jobs, startups. If not, be ready to take the family business forward. For you all, sky is the limit. Give your best and leave the rest to the God. As I already told, we are all working as a team. I would like to give this quotation again from Dr. Abdul Kalam sir. Teamwork is a powerful key to success. With these few words, I would like to thank each and every one of you for the patient listening and also wish you all the very best. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. May I request Professor Arun Mahalingam, sir, to please come over to the dais and please hand over a memento to Professor G.S. Dwarkis, sir. We now have Professor Arun Mahalingam, Associate Dean Undergraduate, who will narrate us the structure of undergraduate programs at NITK. Professor Arun Mahalingam holds a PDF from Fire Safety Engineering Group, University of Greenwich, London, and PhD in Combustion CFD from University of Greenwich, London. And he is a professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Professor Arun Mahalingam, please.
A very good morning to you all. I, Dr. Arun Mahalingam, your Associate Dean for Academic Affairs. I am also a professor from Mechanical Engineering Department. Today I am going to present to you about the UG curriculum structure. So first, I will present you the basic course structure for this UG, and then I will take you to some interesting aspects of our UG curriculum, which is in line with national education policy. Okay. So in your first year, you will be offered foundation courses, which includes basic science courses, engineering science core courses, and humanities and social core courses. When I say core courses, it's mandatory. Then, when you enter your parent department, you'll be offered program core courses, where you'll be offered subjects which is core to your parent department. Then you will have elective courses, where electives will be offered by your parent department. Other department also will offer open electives. You can also choose. You can also have an option of going for certified online MOOC courses from platform like NPTEL and SWAYAM. That will be considered for your elective credit requirements. Then you will have projects, which is comprised of mini and major projects. Mini projects will be carrying out from second year and third year. Major project will be mainly carried out in your final year. And then you have mandatory learning courses, which you can carry out, opt from your first semester to seventh semester. So we have arranged these courses, where we have offered these courses to make sure that in your first year, you understand or you get interested into engineering, and in your second year, you understand your core subjects, and in the third year, you learn tools, techniques to solve a problem, and in your final year, you will be demonstrating whatever you have learned by solving a real problem, engineering problem. So that's how we have arranged the courses across the 4 years of your study. So now, coming to the interesting features of our UG curriculum, let me say some basic idea behind National Education Policy. NEP stands for National Education Policy 2020. It was formulated in 2020. We have adopted since 2021 itself. So the objective of National Education Policy of India was to generate a well-rounded engineering professionals who are not only competent in professional aspects, but also able to manage themselves, their well-being, and continue lifelong learning and be an inspiration for others. That's the overall objective of National Education Policy. So in line with that, we have introduced various features in our curriculum, like the course called Introduction to Design Thinking, which will be offered in your first year. This course will be handled by your parent department. This course focuses on practical design abilities. During this course, you will learn how to navigate through from the ideation concept to the prototyping concept. So you learn how to design an engineering system. It's basically a pass or fail course, which will not be, the grades will not be included in your CGP calculations. Then we have liberal arts, co-curricular and extracurricular activities, okay, to to support your physical, mental, and hobbies. So under this category, you will have 10 credit worth of activities. This has been categorized into 3 categories. Category A includes sports activities, club activities, NSS activity, presentation in national, international level conferences can be considered under the category. So basically it focuses on your professional and physical ability. And under category B, we have NCC, yoga, institute development activities, where you can earn up to 3 credits, which caters to your mental well-being. Okay. And these 2 categories is coordinated by Dean Student Welfare Office. Okay. All your activities will be maintained, and finally, see these activities, as I mentioned, you will be opting from first semester to 7th semester, but actually you will be registering in the 7th semester only. So all these activities will be maintained under Dean SW office, and when you register for 7th semester, you have to mention all the activities which you are doing, and finally it will be accounted for 10 mandatory credits under this category. So under category C, you have liberal arts, languages, which caters to your hobbies. For example, you have life skills and personality development activities. You have, these activities will be performed in the institute premises. Resource person will be invited. On Saturdays, you will be conducting the activities every Saturday, working Saturday. And finally, you will be awarded satisfactory or not satisfactory based on your attendance requirement. So this category C activities is coordinated by School of Humanities and Social Sciences and Management. So next interesting feature in our curriculum is the Cornerstone Capstone project. Okay. So this Cornerstone Capstone project is opted in your 3rd semester, and you will be finally completing it in your 7th semester. So every semester you will be evaluated, and finally at the 7th semester you will be awarded the grades. It is accounted for one course, as a one course. So it's a capstone project at the end, but it's a cornerstone project at every semester. For example, if you are planning to design a wireless electrical vehicle charging system, okay, it's a multidisciplinary system. So you need to understand wireless communication, how a wireless communication works. You need to understand how electrical vehicle works. Okay, you need to understand basics of your electrical and electronic systems. So all these basic systems understanding will be counted as a cornerstone. Cornerstone is the foundation blocks. Capstone is the monumental top stone. Okay, so from your first semester, third semester, you can take care of cornerstone, finally culminating into a capstone project in your seventh semester. And another feature is the minor degree. We offer minor degree in your own other discipline as well as we have minor degree from other interdisciplinary as well. In minor degree from other departments, you can opt. This you can opt in your beginning before the third semester. Based on your performance in your first year, you can choose the minors in other disciplines. Okay. So the semesters from third semester, you will be taking care of the courses related to minor courses. And if you want to discontinue, you have to, with a proper justification, you can opt for discontinuation. Okay, if you are not successfully completing it, it won't be considered or it won't be mentioned in your certificate, but the subjects which you have undergone will be mentioned in your grade card. Okay. So this is a degree certificate where it mentions Bachelor of Technology in so and so department with minor in Computer Science Engineering. So this is how degree certificate will look like when you successfully complete a minor degree. We also have interdisciplinary minor where multiple departments offer courses. For example, mathematics, computer science engineering, information IT department, and your own department will offer courses. So it's a multidisciplinary minor degree. Okay. So your certificate will mention various departments which you take. And we also have honors degree. Under honors degree, you will be opting for courses which is from your PG level. Okay. So if you want to do honors, you have to register just before 5th semester. You can take courses from PG in your own department. Okay, in your own department, for example, in mechanical, we have thermal engineering. For electrical and electronics, you have VLSI design. So you can have honors degree in those specialized PG stream by taking 15 to 20 credits of courses in PG level. So that way you can earn honors degree. So there are some eligibility requirement. Not all of you are eligible for honors or minor. You have some eligibility, basic CGPA requirement is there to be considered to be awarded. Okay, and even for successful completion also, you have some minimum grades you have to earn in your minor and honor degree. Then only you will be awarded. So then we have focus area as well. This focus area is 15 to 20 credits worth of courses which you can take in your own department by taking extra electives in your own department. Okay. So fluid dynamics, you can have multiple subjects. Okay. Multiple subjects related to fluid dynamics, and you can have a focus area under fluid dynamics. That way you can also have focus area. This focus area will be mentioned in your grade card and not in your degree certificate. So that's it. And thank you for your time. And you can always contact me, but through proper channel, as Dean Academics mentioned earlier. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. May I request Professor Uday Kumar Dalimba to please come over the dais and please hand over memento to Professor Arun Mahalingam. Thank you very much, sir. A succinct account of first year foundation science courses will now be provided by Professor Uday Kumar Dalimba, Professor in charge of admissions. Professor Uday Kumar received his PhD from NITK. His areas of research interest are synthetic organic chemistry, conjugated polymers, organic electronics, nanomaterials, and he is a professor in the Department of Chemistry. Professor Uday Kumar Dalimba, please.
Okay, good morning to all. At the outset, I would like to congratulate all the first year BTech students for getting a seat in NITK and welcome to the NITK family. You are part of NITK family now. I'm Dr. Uday Kumar. I'm the professor in charge of admissions and enrollment. And my topic is first year foundation science courses. And we know that a good foundation is very much required to construct a good building. Okay? Similarly, I believe that a strong foundation of the basic science concept is very much required if you are aiming to become a good engineer. Hope you all agree with me on this. Yes? Yes, yeah. And in fact, you have studied the basic science concepts in terms of physics, chemistry, mathematics, and that's how you have cleared your JEE exam. Not just cleared, you have got very good ranks, okay, at the national level, and you got into NITK, which is one of the prestigious technical institutes. So I hope that you'll continue the similar interest in the basic sciences courses during your BTech program as well. Okay. I hope you are familiar with this by now, right? You know to which section you belong to? Yes or no? Yes, yeah. So the first year BTech students are divided or distributed into 14 sections, starting from S1 to S14, depending on your branches. And we have mainly two groups, Group 1 and Group 2. The Group 1 is mainly the core engineering branches, whereas the Group 2 is mainly circuit branches or departments. Okay. Starting from S1 to S14, we have 14 sections. S1 and S2 for mechanical engineering, whereas S3, mechanical and mining. S4 is civil, and S5 is civil plus metallurgy, and S6 is chemical and metallurgy, and S7 and S8, computer science branch, and S9 and S10, electronics and communication, S11 and S12, electrical and electronics engineering, S13, information technology, and S14, AA and CDS. And your regular classes will happen at the Center for Interdisciplinary Studies building, and you have come to this building, right, during your physical reporting and document verification. So in this building, first year BTech classes will happen. And I just briefly mention about the basic sciences courses offered to the first year BTech program. Most of these, compulsory courses are either in the first semester or in the second semester. So there are mainly three courses, two mathematics courses in the first semester as well as in the second semester. And for the physics cycle students, you will have two physics courses, one theory course the PH 110 physics, which is a 4-credit course. The number here 310 mentions that you have 3 hours lecture in a week and 1 hour of tutorial. So that is the meaning of 310. Whereas for the laboratory courses, the credit is 1 over here for the physics lab. So 002 means you have 2 hours lab per week with 1 credit. And similarly, in the for the chemistry cycle students, there are 2 chemistry courses, one theory course with 3 credits. It's a 3-credit course, and you also have a chemistry laboratory, which is a 2-credit course. So total credits from the basic science courses is 16. So these courses are mandatory courses, and all the BTech students, irrespective of your branches, has to undergo or register for these courses. Then there are a few branch-specific courses, particularly in the higher semesters. For example, the chemical engineering students, 3 chemistry courses will be offered: organic chemistry, technical analysis lab, and instrumental methods of analysis, with 3 credits each. And for the lab course, it is a 2-credit course. So that makes total credit as 24 for the chemical engineering branch. And in addition to these basic sciences courses, the chemical engineering students have 2 mathematical courses also, okay, in the form of program core, that is MA 207 and MA 211. And for the mechanical engineering students, there are 2 mathematical courses, okay, 3 credits each: numerical methods and probability theory and applications. So that makes the total credits as 22. And for the computer science and engineering students, again, there are 2 courses from the mathematics stream: linear algebra and matrices, which is a 3-credit course, and probability theory and applications, again a 3-credit course. Apart from these, as our Dean Academic and Associate Dean mentioned, we also have minor programs. So minor programs in basic science, okay, like minor in physics, minor in chemistry, and minor in mathematics. So you can register for these courses, and you get a minor degree from any one of the basic sciences streams. Like in chemistry, there are 5 papers you have to register if you are opting for a minor in chemistry. Similarly, there are 6 courses if you are registering for physics minor. And similarly, minor in mathematics, you have to register for these 5 courses, okay, if you are opting for minor in mathematics. And as Professor Arun has already mentioned, there are 2 mathematics courses which are part of interdisciplinary minors. So these 2 mathematics courses are part of the interdisciplinary minor. So the course content of these basic science courses are mostly related to the engineering aspects, not like the hardcore chemistry or physics that you have studied in your +2. And the course plan and syllabus or the course content will be given by the individual departments. So you might ask why we have to study basic science courses even after coming to a technical institute. And you know that no technology can be developed without the knowledge of fundamental concepts of basic science. At the same time, just studying basic science courses alone will not serve the purpose also. So science and engineering should go together hand in hand, okay, in order to solve a certain problem related to the real world, or in specific some of the problems associated with the industry. I have given here the 3 examples okay, like the corrosion prevention and materials for sustainable energy and semiconductor technology, okay, wherein we need contributions from every branch of science and engineering. So we are in the era of multidisciplinary approach, or we also call it as multidisciplinary research. So you need contribution from every branch of science and engineering if you really want to come out with a good solution to industry-related problem. For example, corrosion is one of the serious problems associated with the industry. So you need people from chemistry and from the mechanical background, as well as from civil background and materials engineering. So to come out with a solution to address this issue. Another multidisciplinary area is materials for sustainable energy. Okay, so this is one of the hot topics today, wherein we need contribution from almost each and every branches of science and engineering. Okay, for example, if you talk about solar energy harvesting, you need a very good material which can absorb the solar light. So we need chemistry people there, physics concept comes into picture, and we need materials engineering. And once you make a good material, so to develop the technology, we need the people from engineering streams, we need electrical engineers, we need electronics engineers, similarly mechanical engineers, and computer science engineers. So it's all about interdisciplinary approach, which we need to keep in our mind. So one small piece of advice to the young generation, the young mind sees that though you have got a particular branch for your BTech degree, don't restrict yourself to that one particular area. Try to explore the other areas also. Maybe academically you can do this in terms of taking or registering for minor courses. So that will give outside the box experience, and that will make you a good engineer at the later stage. And the final point that I have mentioned, the total credit contribution to your final CGPA will be around 16. This is the minimum. It's common to all the BTech students, and it goes up to 28. That means that it's more than 10% contribution to your total credit, which is around 170. Okay, and compared to the core engineering courses, these basic science courses are relatively easier. Okay, because you already studied physics, chemistry, mathematics, so you know the basic fundamental concepts. So it is the extension of these concepts that you have studied earlier. So scoring would be rather easier in these courses if you put your little hard work, and that will contribute to your CGPA at the later stage. CGPA is quite important here, right? Maybe for your internship or later for your placements, etc. And finally, I want to make one comment. So if you are into basic science research, and if you're part of some discovery or invention, you can get a Nobel Prize. Okay? So think about it seriously. For example, last year, you may be knowing that 3 people from chemistry background received a Nobel Prize. So it is shared by 3 scientists. Similarly, the physics Nobel Prize was given to 3 physicists. Okay, for studies on attosecond laser pulses. So think about it, and hope you will take some interest in the basic science courses also. That will strengthen your knowledge, and that will definitely help you to become a good engineer or a technologist in the future. So with this, I conclude. I once again congratulate all of you for getting a seat in NITK, and I wish you all the best. I hope you will enjoy your stay in the NITK campus for the next 4 years. Thank you, one and all.
Thanks, Professor Uday Kumar. May I request Professor Govindaraj sir to please come over to the dais and kindly hand over a memento to Professor Uday Kumar. Thank you, sir. Dear audience, now Professor Govindraj Mandela, Professor in charge of curriculum, will provide us with the tips for efficient and effective learning. Professor Govindraj holds PhD in mining engineering from Mangalore University. His research interests are in mine optimization, mine planning, and he is a professor in the Department of Mining Engineering. Professor Govindraj, please.
I change this one. Which is the one? Which button? Okay. So, good morning, friends. Welcome to NITK once again. Friends, I am Govindraj Mandela, professor in mining engineering, and my surname is Mandela, but I have no relationship with the great Nelson Mandela of South Africa. Let me make a disclaimer right in the beginning. Okay, so I will be talking a little bit about tips for efficient and effective learning. Friends, you have come here with a lot of hard work, lot of enthusiasm, and you had your own strategies of learning. You had your own strategies of getting over the academic obstacles so far and making it as a wonderful position in NITK. Let me just go through what exactly we are trying to look at. Friends, let's go ahead with a small item like how do you navigate the demanding curriculum of NITK? How do you build strong foundational skills which are necessary for you not only now but throughout your life, right? And how to achieve academic success with less stress. These are the things I think which are very, very important for us. Now, I would use the word how do you navigate the demanding curriculum of NITK for one reason. You can have two extreme options. One is you can just finish the course, do the minimum things that are required and get away with it. But then there is something called as a curriculum which is really demanding in terms of your attention, in terms of your focus, and in terms of your concentration. If you are keen, as my previous speaker mentioned about a Nobel Prize, I would say, yes, there are potential Nobel laureates here. Let me emphasize this once again. If you're focused, if you are really making the demanding curriculum of NITK as a part of your personality, I'm sure that's possible. Okay, let me begin with that. And friends, building a very strong foundational skill is very, very essential. Unless my foundation is strong, I cannot build the superstructure. My 4 years foundation here will be the starting point on which my next 30, 40 years or 50 years of wonderful career would be based upon. So how do we do that? And then how do we achieve a academic success with less stress? Today, friends, we talk of stress on a daily basis. We talk of stress in every aspect of life, right? But then I think when you have stress and when you're unable to manage it, then it's not good. So how do you achieve a balance, or how do you achieve academic success in NITK? By taking no stress at all, okay? Now, what is effective learning? We all have been learning since our childhood, right? The moment we are born, we had our learning starting, right? With our parents, and then with our peers, and then the learning is a continuous process, fine? But what is effective learning is, active participation in the classroom, strategic studying techniques, and then continuous improvement and self-assessment. Now, friends, it's very, very important that we make active participation in the classroom as a focus area. When I enter my classroom at 8 o'clock in the morning for the first hour, I think I should not think of anything else except concentrating in the class on what the teacher is trying to deliver. Right? You must be an active participant in the class, not a passive observer sitting in the class for 1 hour. Going there. Right? That's very, very important. Now, strategic studying techniques, we'll come to that. You already have your own individual technique. We will look at that. Okay? And continuous improvement and self-assessment, friends. Now, unless we make it a point that today's success is not my permanent success, today's success is a stepping stone for tomorrow's success. Tomorrow's success is a stepping stone for the next day. So what we require is not to rest with what we have achieved, but aim for continuous improvement and self-assessment. I think there is nothing bigger and better than assessing ourselves where we are and then trying to be a little better tomorrow and a little better the next day. And that's how I think we should look at it. Now, friends, you must have heard of this Pomodoro technique, right? Which is a time management technique in one sense, but then it is a technique, I think, which all of us should adopt for our everyday activity. Now, what is this Pomodoro technique? It is a method to boost productivity across all spheres of human endeavor. Whatever we are doing, maybe I'm a cricketer, maybe I'm a actor, maybe I'm a scientist, in whatever domain we are doing, right? Now, we are talking in terms of studying here, so I have used the word study. So study for 25-minute intervals, short intervals where you have absolute focus and absolute concentration. Nothing comes in that 25 minutes period, right? And then have a small, take a short refreshing break of 5 minutes. Have these kind of 25 minutes schedules, about 4 schedules, and then have a little longer break. When you do this with an intent, with a focused intent, I think what you absorb in these 25 minutes will be something fascinating. And then, friends, this must be repeated in order to have an assimilation of what you have read or what you have done in those 25 minutes. I recollect long ago, I followed this technique. I would just like to go a little personal, fine. About 35 years ago, I took my civil services examination conducted by UPSC. And I didn't know what optional subjects to choose because mining engineering was not a part of the optional subjects, so I had to choose some other subjects, right? And I was not even knowing the spelling of the word psychology at that time. I think psychology should start with S. And only when I opted for that optional and then started reading, then only I came to know that, okay, psychology starts with the word P kind of a thing. But then, without any guidance, without any this thing, I just followed, even not knowing, I just followed this technique of just concentrating for short periods and making it. And then I found that helped me to clear my prelims, my mains, and go to the interview. And I had all my 3 attempts going to the, this UPSC interview. But then I got a service which I was not very keen. And I'm just telling this because, friends, even if you do not know anything, if you're just focused and following this technique, I think wonders can happen, okay? Let's look at what is this time management as a part of your activity, right? Please understand that you can list, excuse me, you can list all your tasks, everyday time management tasks, make a priority list, right? What you would like to do, how you would like to take each day, have a daily planner or a weekly planner, and then balance your coursework with other activities. Friends, every day is a wonderful day. Every day is a new day. Every day is a fresh day. I think if we can take care of today in the best possible way, I think our life becomes beautiful and wonderful as we go ahead in whatever domain that we are working. So, and all this boils down to how do you manage your time and how do you do or what you do with your to-do list. Today I have some academic things, some non-academic things to do. Yes, what are those academic things? What are those non-academic things? How do I plan my day-to-day? And I think if you make this as a habit, those of you who already have this habit of maintaining a small diary of to-do lists, that's wonderful. But then if you don't have it, please start it. And I think it will make a great difference in your academic career as well as in your life. Friends, what are the techniques for enhancing your learning? I think self-quizzing to reinforce your fundamental concepts, group study for diverse perspectives, and teach others to deepen your understanding. Now, friends, what happens is when you do the self-quizzing, I sit in the class for 1 hour, I hear the teacher giving me the different concepts and ideas, and then if I do my own self-quizzing on whatever is happening in the classroom at that point of time, then I think the concepts which are being communicated by the teacher would get reinforced then and there. And group study to get diverse perspectives, right? Especially this is most valid in social sciences, but then nevertheless in engineering sciences also, diverse perspectives are there on any particular topic. So group study gives you a lot of these things. And then friends, one of the best ways to learn myself is to teach others to deepen your understanding. When I say teach others, I think when you interact with your friends and when you teach your friend some way of solving a problem, some way of understanding a concept, I think your own understanding and your own perspective gets much more deepened. And I think some of you must have experienced when your colleague who is not up to the mark in that particular course, and then you teach him, and then he asks you certain questions, he asks you certain clarifications, and conversely, your own understanding gets much more deeper. Your own understanding becomes much more foundational, right? So please encourage, have that group study, and then it becomes very, very easy for you. Friends, we have wonderful resources in NITK, right? I think my colleague, Professor Kamath, who is chairman, would explain both the digital resources that you have here and the physical resources that are available. We have great material available in the institute. Join your study groups and have peer sessions, which I have just now mentioned. Use online tools and platforms provided by NITK, which will be elaborated by my colleague. Friends, it's very important. I think life is not just studying. I think you must balance your study with your well-being. Please maintain some regular exercises, okay? Whatever, brisk walking, a little bit of gym exercising. Practice mindfulness and meditation. Friends, 10 minutes or 15 minutes of very calm, concentrated, meditative state of mind in the early morning makes you a person fit for Olympics. I'm using the word fit for Olympics because every day you can conceptualize yourself as doing an Olympic run, and you must be prepared in all fronts, in all respects. So meditation and mindfulness, there are so many things which you can look at it, but then it makes a good start for your wonderful day every day. And friends, having adequate sleep and nutrition, I think we have a good, reasonably good infrastructure here to provide you with nutritious meals, and you have other extra things where you can get good nutrition. Please maintain that. How to stay motivated? Yes, set very clear goals, achievable goals, right? This is very, very important, friends. Every day, my goal has to be slightly more than my comfort zone. I can always work in my comfort zone, but when I put a goal slightly more than comfort zone, I think that's where we try to achieve one step higher. So have clear goals, achievable goals, celebrate your very small victories on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. Stay connected with peers and mentors because you have wonderful learning that is happening when you stay connected with your friends, when you stay connected with your teachers. Even today, I am in touch with my school teachers, and when I talk to them occasionally, I think there is some new learning that is happening to me. And please maintain contact with your teachers throughout. I think it gives you some new tips, some new ideas, whatever may be your age. You may be 21 or you may be 61, it doesn't matter. I think having that connection is very, very important. What are the takeaways? Friends, focus, working together, making friends, utilizing your resources here, enjoy, and strike a balance. Friends, life is about making the best of the one wonderful opportunity that God Almighty has given us. And we are here to make a mark in whatever domain that we have. I see a potential Amitabh Bachchan here. I see a potential Sachin Tendulkar here. I see a potential Elon Musk here. Right? Let's make it big, friends. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. May I request Professor Shyam Kamath, sir, to please come over to the dais and kindly hand over a memento to Professor Govindraj. Thank you very much, sir. We now have Professor Shyam Kamath, Professor in charge of Learning Resources, to provide us useful information about the library and other online learning resources at NITK. Professor Shyam Kamath is a professor in the Department of Mathematical and Computational Sciences. He holds PhD from Karnataka University, Dharwad, and his research interests are graph theory and combinatorics. Professor Shyam Kamath, please.
Thank you, sir, and namaste to everyone. Why it is not coming? Yeah. First of all, thanks to the organizing team of this event of orientation. And orientation is one of the most necessary components of education, particularly at the undergraduate level. I'm Professor Shyam Kamath, professor in charge of learning resources. While I heartily welcome you all, the young aspirants, and there may be some parents, guardians also sitting here, or maybe watching this program, a hearty welcome to all of you. This is a vast area where I need to spend hours together, so I've tried to capsule this into a small slide presentation lasting about 10 to 12 minutes. I think before proceeding further, I must thank Professor Govindraj, who is more popularly known as MGR, not Mandela. MGR was very famous in our days, was Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. I begin with the Sanskrit Subhashit. Vidya dadati vinayam, vinayat yati patratnatam, patratvad dhanam apnoti, dhanat dharmam tataha sukham. Which means knowledge gives humility. From humility, one attains character. And from character, one acquires wealth. And from wealth, good deeds follow. And eventually, happiness. There is also a Chinese proverb which I wish to quote at this point before I start further, which is very important in this context of orientation. What I hear, I forget. What I see, yes, I do remember. But what I do, I always understand. So let's begin with the types of the learning resources. One of the most obvious learning resources is the library. Then you today have audio-visual resources, internet and whatnot. Then interactions, workshops, seminars, conferences, symposia, etc., about which I'll elaborate a bit through the slides later, but you will start understanding this through more interactions with me later. And since I told you library is our major resource of learning, let me just begin with this library idea itself. It's a temple of knowledge and a center of all the academic activities, and also kind of a primary energy point of any educational institution. We get access to a lot of information resources, and libraries provide study spaces, assistance to research, and also educational programming. It helps in connecting people to the information, and so also people to people. It's a place which is set apart to contain books, periodicals, and several other materials for reading, viewing, listening, study, refer, sit there as a room, or maybe join a set of rooms. Definitely a building where books may be read or even borrowed. The Central Library started off along with the institute for that matter, but today what you see as Central Library was not there in this location. It didn't have the door here. Its first door was well inside the main building. Till, of course, I had joined this institute, it was so. And this e-library complex, which you will be seeing in one of the slides later, was inaugurated in 2018. We have also implemented a LMS system, Koha, which is an open source based, which helps in giving access to the information about the facilities in the library, access to the books and other periodicals and other reference materials. And this is what I'm saying as a remodeled library. Remodeled is the same library which was completely refurbished and remodeled in 2022. Now it is fully air conditioned as well. And there is something to coming as development. We are trying to build another structure which was initially proposed as a 4-story, but it is likely to come up with 6 stories, which will have umpteen number of facilities being added. By 2026, we hope to complete that. Yeah, any such institution will have a vision and mission. The vision here in this case is to serve as one of the leading libraries to provide the best learning resources, particularly in the context of engineering, technology, but we also add human values to it. Mission is obviously to provide the highest quality of information services to support the teaching, learning, as well as research. Yeah, now discussing about the learning resources, particularly in the library, we have over 1 lakh books stacked in the library. Most of them are the latest ones. We have a separate book bank cell for SC/ST category students, where they enjoy some additional facilities apart from that, which have over 5,000 books there. Bound volumes, which have been stacked in the second floor of the main library. E-journals, of course, the soft formats, about 12,000 plus. Then we have also access to the e-books, which are readable, sitting not only in the library, but sitting in your hostels also, which are about 27,000 plus. There are some theses also which are available, which will be useful to you for additional studies, about 960 of them. Periodicals, which are in the print format, you will see a bird's eye view of that very soon in one of the following slides, which are about 68 in number. We have online databases about 35 numbers. Yeah, when it comes to the access to the library, of course you have access to the library anytime, even starting from the day you have joined this institution. You don't need to carry your ID card also. You just have to make an entry there, because the moment you got admitted, you were given a registration number. That registration number is your key point of identity, so that you can use. So it is compulsory. Of course, the library membership is compulsory. Of course, this thing will be implemented very soon. It takes some time for the MIS to develop into a mode of membership later. The library cards will be issued to you at the circulation desk very soon. They look, the format of this is shown over there. Then borrowing facility is something like this. For the BTech and MTech students, 4 books are issued for 15 days. And for SC/ST book bank facilities, the students of SC/ST category, 2 books are issued per student for 1 semester. Yeah, for the books that are issued for 15 days, if you don't return it within 15 days, 16th day onwards, there will be some penalty levied upon. Nominal, but try to avoid that. Renewal of books, you have to collect it from the circulation desk and get it renewed. Email acknowledgement will be provided for all the library transactions. ₹1 per day per book of overdue usage of the borrowing. Yeah, the last thing, not so pleasant, but the no due certificate you have to get at the end of all the courses and examinations before leaving the institute campus. Unless you get your no due certificate, you cannot get your degree certificate. And of course, we are in the process of making this no dues process in a paperless mode through the IRIS platform. Coming to the online digital services, we have a library website which since yesterday is working in a secure mode, library.nitk.ac.in. Then we have online library catalog which can be accessed through anywhere in the network. An institutional library, a digital repository which is provided in the IDR website. Then IRIN's faculty profile, all our faculty profiles are listed there, up to date. And e-library portal, which is serviced by Nimbus, another library-related organization. When it comes to the services in the library, we have gone to a next level, just as IRIS. We provide a mobile app called M-Library. Then we have a provision for a live chat with the library staff. You can always pose your queries there and they will be addressed as soon as possible. Then we have a QR code system to guide you inside the library to access the materials that you want to access. Yeah, coming to the library timings, yes, we have some limitation here at this point. Due to the staff shortage that we have, the old library building, which was shown in the initial slides, it is open from Mondays to Saturdays from morning 8:45 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. And Sundays and public holidays, it remains closed. Of course, in spite of all this limitation, the few days prior to the examinations and all, we keep that area also open. E-library complex, which is right behind that, it is a reading area and internet accessibility, everything is provided there, fully air conditioned except the lobby area. But lobby area is very well ventilated, so you definitely enjoy there. So Mondays to Saturdays, 8:45 a.m. to midnight, 1 a.m. And Sundays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Public holidays, 8:45 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. I just want to show a few glimpses of this central library. This is the main entrance of the library, which I was showing in the few slides earlier. As you see there, you have a reception desk. There is a circulation desk here. This is a sitting area where you can use, this place can be used to read yourself, your own materials or the newspapers, etc. These are the areas which are called pigeonholes or something like that, where you can store your personal belongings because you cannot take everything inside. Only laptops will be permitted. Few sheets of papers you can take inside for making the notes. So this is about I was mentioning about periodical section. There are about 68 of them, as I told. Each of them are put in drawers of this kind. On the front of the drawer, we have the latest periodical available. All the back issues are available within the drawers there. This is what I was telling about OPAC, the Online Public Access Catalog. This thing is available on the website itself. You can access it directly from the library website also, but we have made a provision of such systems there so that when you can go there directly, you can access and see where your books are stacked. Every detail about the floor in which it is stacked, everything will be available. This is a just bird's eye view of the reading hall in the old building of the library, refurbished now. This is another floor. For the people who do not want air conditioning, this is a space. And then this is a set of glimpses for the e-library. All this area is air conditioned. This is a reading hall. And we have research carousels, which are cubicle mode, where the research scholars particularly will have some online interactions to be done with their counterparts outside the university. But it is not limited to only them. You can also sit there. And this is another sample of the reading hall, another floor. This is unique about this library. We have air-conditioned discussion rooms. We have 6 seats available across a meeting table where you can sit. Projector will be provided to you in case you have a presentation to make for a limited group. And this is unique about the digital library, where you have a hybrid mode, recordable, and all the multimedia facilities here for conducting the seminars, conferences, and special lectures which involve soft resources. This is another floor which is slightly less equipped, but it is also used as a hybrid mode thing. This is a glimpse of the open lobbies in 2 floors of the e-library, which are just like corridors, but beautiful arrangement of seats are provided to you. You can sit there and read. You have power joints also available where you can connect your laptops and use. This is the latest addition to the e-library, which is called Cyber Library. Formally, it has been inaugurated, but this area is mainly used for special talks which involve the web usage and other things, and kind of classroom environment. This is a glimpse of the new building that is going to come up, hopefully in the next 2 years, which will bridge the gap between the old library and this is the old library area, that is the e-library area. They will be bridged through this. Yeah, that was about library. Now about the audiovisual resources. All the classrooms are equipped with overhead projectors. Some of the classrooms are equipped with even smart boards. Voice amplifiers are being used by the faculty members in large classrooms, so audibility is not an issue. And library provides you the digital classrooms capable of handling even the hybrid mode of classes. Yeah, apart from this, I was mentioning about the other learning resources, departments, students' clubs. centers. They conduct workshops, hackathons, interactive sessions with experts from within the campus and also from other institutions. Experts from academia and industry are often invited to deliver expert talks in all the departments. That's a common process here. And this is completely a student event. Engineer, as it is called, it's a tech fest, which is organized by the students, for the students, and the students from other institutions also participate in this. It's like a contest-like environment. I have something related to curriculum to be told to you. Professor Govindraj also was mentioning about this, scope for studying courses of interest from other branches as also. Suppose you have been admitted to BTech in electronics and communication, but you are interested to learn something about mechanical engineering. Today, electric vehicles and other things are the new concepts coming up, where this kind of mode provides you an opportunity to get an exposure to that area. Also, you have scope for studying courses of interest that any faculty member may not have offered, but they are available on the online platforms like MOOCs, NPTEL, etc. We have provision for this. You can read the curriculum and regulations book, which is available on the NITK website. And also there is scope to do projects or internships of interest with the help of faculty members, specialized centers. That's what I know. I had a lot of elaborations to make, but time is insufficient for all that. I'm just curtailing this to this level. And for more details regarding this curriculum, regulations, etc., the link is provided to you. This soft copy will be made available with the Dean's office, and they can share it with you. Yeah, finally, the summary. Learning resources are key components of quality education, which you are aiming at. Curriculum provides you not only the program structure, list of courses that are available from the institute, and you can choose to do any of these relevant courses of your interest from online platforms as well. So library is the central facility which provides most of the reference materials useful for the studies. Please understand, although you are undergraduate students, participation in the workshops, technical events, seminars, hackathons, expert lectures, etc., will only help you to take your knowledge to the next level. So with that, the learning resources are for the students, that you should not forget, and every student must use them optimally. So this is a glimpse of our library staff, a short list of staff. And this Dr. Mallikarjun Angadi is our librarian. This QR code is provided to give the access details to him, contact details. And this is me, currently professor in charge of the learning resources, and this is my contact. I hope there are no questions, and thank you. Because you are welcome to meet me anytime during the office hours. I am available in the Mathematical and Computational Sciences department, first floor, or sometimes I sit in the library also.
Thank you very much, sir. May I now request Professor Satyabodha Kulkarni, sir, to please come over to the dais and kindly hand over a memento to Professor Shyam Kamath. Thank you very much, sir. We now have Professor Satyabodha M. Kulkarni, Professor in charge of Indian Knowledge System, to talk about dipping into the Indian knowledge system. He holds a PhD from IISc Bangalore. His areas of research interests are processing and characterization of composites and sandwiches, modeling and analysis of mechanical and mechatronic systems. Professor Satyabodha M. Kulkarni, sir, please.
Thank you, Subramanya. My young friends, are you with me? How is the Josh? Yeah, very good. So, AC ambience and after breakfast, and you are subjected to so much of inputs right from maybe for last 2 hours. So good morning to all of you, my young friends and your proud parents. I congratulate you both. You have entered the portals of NITK and you are welcome here. And we expect you to take sweet memories from here. You enter as a naive teenager and you walk out with a profession. You walk out as a professional. So that is the transformation that happens. I'm trying to take you little bit beyond what my preceding speakers have told you. So we had about academics, you had about effective learning, you had about focus, you had about achievements, aiming at Nobel Prize or Olympic medal, yes. And there were also some words picked by me, like stress, how to forego stress and focus. So finally, I'll take you to the basic question of why you have chosen engineering and why you have chosen to study. What is the reason for? This will on mattira. It's on, okay. Why you have chosen to study something? You have chosen to study engineering. Why? See, there are so many epochs in your life, steps in your life. You graduated, rather you completed your preschool, schooling, pre-university, now you are in graduation, right? Finally, you want to achieve something. Why to achieve something? To become happy. The ultimate goal is happy. When you get a Nobel, you are happy. When you get an Olympic medal, you are happy. You do something in the pursuit of happiness, right? Ultimate goal. Why you want to study, sir? I want to get a big job, good job. Why a big or good job? Richness. Richness brings you happiness. Okay, materialistic way of looking at is richness brings me happiness. So happiness, how to be happy? Then to achieve this happiness, coming out of our problems. So to achieve something, to attain happiness, we have to transgress from this place to there. As say, my preceding speakers have spoken, there is stress, you have to focus to achieve the indices of happiness. So, my talk today will be about dipping into IKS. That was the topic suggested by our Professor A.C. Hegde, but I have added something else to that, journey to happiness by dipping into IKS, Indian Knowledge System. Journey to happiness. So how to transgress from, how to transform from problems to happiness. Let us understand what makes us happy. This is a long journey. This is not 4 years of NITK or 2 more years of masters or another 3 or 4 years of PhD. It is a long journey, lifelong journey from problems to happiness. How to achieve this happiness? One is materialistic happiness, that is through desires. We have desires that I should own a good car. What is your dream car? Audi? Mercedes? Beyond that. Okay? Anyhow, I created some interest. Say two-wheeler or a car, immediate expectation will be a Duke, right? Two-wheeler, car, right? Luxuries. So to achieve these desires, you require money. To get this money, you have to make a lifestyle. Through lifestyle, you have to achieve your goals, do well at NITK, do well at masters, get a good job, handful of salary, you can achieve these desires. So lifestyle is more important to achieve this. So lifestyle has 3 components: physical, emotional, and social. My preceding speaker, Professor Govindaraj, mentioned that it should be a peer study, interdependent. There is no competition here. I think in PU, you were hiding the notes from your classmate that, oh, if he learns, he may get more score than me. No, it is an interdependent learning here. It is not competition. So physical, emotional, and social. Professor Govindaraj told you, teach others to learn well. That is a very good suggestion given. So how to modify our lifestyle? There is a last component, spiritual. See, after focused study, you need a break. What to do in those break, right? So a spiritual component also adds attitude to our life. What is our outlook of our life, horizon of our life? So there are lessons in our Indian knowledge systems where you can achieve this good lifestyle and spirituality based lifestyle by 3 components. One is knowledge, attaining knowledge, and proper action, and action with devotion. Action with devotion. So for proper knowledge, you require a guru. You also require swadhyayam, that is self-learning. Then you have to also have observation. It is not only the classroom teaching, it is not only your self-learning, it is also observation. Then action is proper, informed action, results. This is a very important lesson in all our scriptures, all our Indian knowledge systems. Never do any action based on the result. You are going to enter an examination hall. You have studied well, but on that day you are not very confident. If you start thinking of the results, you will never do better. Say, there is a famous sloka in Bhagavad Gita, karmanne eva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. You don't have right on the results of your action. You only think of action. How to do your action properly. So, focus on action and not results. Then, devotion. Your action should be with devotion, shraddha, bhakti. All these are taught in our Indian knowledge system with different, say, paradigms called purushartha. The 4 achievements that we have talked, they are called purushartha, 4 purusharthas. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Moksha is the enlightenment or happiness or say ecstasy. Then to achieve this, you have to satisfy the desires. Desires come through the artha, that is money, and that is through a proper lifestyle, that is dharma. And This can be achieved through three simple routes: jnana, karma, and bhakti. Jnana, karma, and bhakti. Any way to solve any solution to a problem comes through these three routes. First, understand the problem, that is jnana. Then synthesize a solution, act on the solution, karma, and act with devotion, that is bhakti. So jnana, karma, and bhakti. So this is what is taught in one component of our sea of knowledge, that is Indian knowledge system. One small, say, reference, one text, that is Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is till now the best motivational book, best motivational, say, literature available on the earth. See, imagine Arjuna, who is shunning the war. He doesn't want to wage war against his own kith and kin. He shuns, he says, my mouth is drying. Right? Gandhivam samsrute hastat mukhancha parishushati. He says, my bow is drawing down. Right? So, and Krishna motivates him to this extent. So, now the present context of Bhagavad Gita is so extensive. You might have heard the motivational speaker Vivek Bindra, very powerful motivational speaker. Vivek Bindra always says, it is a guide to management. Bhagavad Gita is a guide to management. And most of the IIMs nowadays have Bhagavad Gita course on their curriculum. Professor B. Mahadevan of IIM Bangalore, he does research on Bhagavad Gita. He has lot of management related papers through Bhagavad Gita. Maybe you have heard of these people, and these are some of the places where Bhagavad Gita is made as a curriculum, mandatory learning program, especially the one Seton Hall University, New Jersey has made it a mandatory course for the undergraduates. So this learning that we require for achieving happiness comes through our Indian knowledge system. And one window to that Indian knowledge system is Bhagavad Gita. It is a small window. Our Indian knowledge system is so vast, not even one birth is enough for learning all these things. So this window, I'm just going to introduce a little bit about this window to our ancient knowledge, Indian knowledge system. So Bhagavad Gita is a conversation between Krishna and Arjuna for 90 minutes. It is about one class, 90 minutes, right? So he solves the problem of Arjuna. Arjuna comes with a problem, falls at his feet and says, I am totally nervous, I am not able to fight, I cannot raise my bow and aim at my enemy. So this, and the setting of Bhagavad Gita is in Kurukshetra war. Cousins are fighting for their existence. 111 Akshohini of, say, army of Kauravas and 7 Akshohini of Pandavas. In between, he says, Krishna, take my chariot. Senayor ubhayor madhye ratham sthapaya mechuta. In Sanskrit, he says, you stop my chariot in between the two armies so that I can have a look. After looking at, then he is down. So, this is the setting. The setting of Bhagavad Gita is, and this is the greatest problem of the Arjuna, resolved by Krishna through 3 different approaches. One is behavioral solution, that is Karma Yoga. Then emotional, say, solution, that is Bhakti Yoga. Then intellectual solution, that is Jnana Yoga. Intellectual, Jnana, Karma Yoga, action-based, and third is Bhakti, that is Shraddha-based. So you can adopt any of these And for solving any problem, the two requirements are you analyze the problem, that is Sankhya in terms of ancient paradigm, and Yoga, that is synthesize the solution for the problem. So, little bit facts about Bhagavad Gita. It has about 700 verses spread over 18 chapters. The chapters are, say, created based on the development of this solution, problem statement and the development of solutions. And the characters displayed or depicted in Bhagavad Gita are Dhritarashtra, the old king who is blind. He starts only one sloka, Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, Samaveta, Yutsavaha, Mamakaha, Pandavaschaiva, Kima Kurvata Sanchaya. So he will ask what is happening in the war, please tell to his Sarathi, that is Sanjay. Sanjay narrates. It is a commentary. The entire Bhagavad Gita is a commentary by Sanjay. So these are the characters displayed in Bhagavad Gita. I'm sorry. So Indian knowledge system start with the most fundamental knowledge, that is Vedas. It is understood that Vedas are not written by anybody, they are Shrutis. They are told by one after the other to a lineage of rishis, through a lineage of ruchis. They are scriptures transferred through hearing, Shravana, or Shruti. They are called Shrutis. So we have Shrutis and Smritis. Then we have Puranas like Ramayana and Mahabharata. In Mahabharata, we have a short chapter, that is Bhagavad Gita. When Bhagavad Gita itself can give so much of solutions, imagine how vast is our literature. And the entire literature focuses on those 4 Purusharthas and how to have a healthy, happy, sustainable life. This is the crisp introduction about Vedas. We have 4 Vedas, Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda and Atharva Veda. And each of them have 4 subdivisions in that. They are called Brahmana, Aranyaka, then Samhita, Brahmana, Aranyaka and Upanishad. Last, if you take, they are all based on, say, stories, based on, say, facts. So this is called Vedanta, Vedanta. So Vedanta is the Upanishads. We have about 100 of them. Kena, Katha, so many Upanishads are there. So, each Veda has subsections. There is a brief description of subsections. You can just read. I would not elaborate on these subsections. So Vedas are, they are apaurusheya. They are not written by anybody. They are revelations. They are transferred through voice or Shravana. Right? This is the entire gamut of Indian knowledge system. We have Darshana, philosophy. We have Darshana. Say there are so many philosophical things. Philosophy has 2. One is epistemology and, say, origin. How did we come? What is our goal on earth? All those things are discussed in this. So these are 14 Vidyasthanas. So somebody is referred as a scholar if he does all these 14. Again, it is very rare to find a person who can do it. Now, ultimate, why we should learn these things? To have a healthy, happy and sustainable lifestyle. So we have to learn from these scriptures to achieve dharma, that is lifestyle, through which we get artha, that is money, good earned, hard earned, well earned, righteously earned money. Through that we get our desire satisfied. With that we get happiness, right? So that is the message given throughout the entire Indian knowledge, say, scriptures. And there is a move to introduce these in higher learning institutes so that our students, they don't fall into these stressful habits. They are focused. They are aiming for achievement. All these through this spiritual introduction of IKS. So The government through NEP, it has started, and institutions like IIT Kharagpur, if you go to IIT Kharagpur site, they have a very big IKS, they are doing a lot of things. We have just started to introduce this. We have made the curriculum available, and we also have introduced the key to entire knowledge is Sanskrit. The Sanskrit is available as a part of NEP. You can opt for a course in Sanskrit. I think one batch recently has completed. So you can opt for this. Then if you want to learn more about this, some of the few references I have given. As I told, it is a sea of knowledge. Dipping in only a small part, we are accumulating. So there is a podcast, free podcast by Vivek Bindra. Vivek Bindra is a very nice motivational speaker. So he's a businessman. He runs a business on how to run business. His name of his company is Bada Business. His name of his company is Bada Business. It is around 135 crore something is worth assets. Right? He's a very powerful motivational speaker. So if you want to get associated with implementation of this in NITK, or you want to learn more, if you want to engage other students in this, you can contact me. I am SM Kulkarni. Basically, I belong to, my primary affiliation is in mechanical department. I am a professor in mechanical department. I have this extra responsibility of handling this IKS. If you want to reach out, you can reach out to me physically, or you can send a mail to. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. May I request Professor Manu to please come over to the dais and kindly hand over a memento to Professor SM Kulkarni, sir. Thank you, sirs. Now, Professor Manu will be talking about institute ranking and key parameters. Professor Manu is a professor in charge of accreditation. He received his PhD degree from NITK, and his areas of research interest are coastal erosion and mitigation, design and performance of innovative types of breakwater. He is a professor in the Department of Water Resources and Ocean Engineering. Professor Manu, please.
Yeah. Pointer unda? Go. Go.
Hello, good morning to all of you. I welcome you all, NITK campus. Even I welcome all the parents. I think there are no parents. I welcome all the parents to NITK campus. A warm welcome to all of you. So myself, Manu, professor in charge, accreditation and ranking. You know what is ranking? Ranking? You know what is ranking? Which ranking you know? Huh? Yes, very good. Which, how much rank we are in which place? Pardon? Yes. So I'll be talking about accreditation and ranking statistics. So first of all, accreditation statistics, we have total 11 UG programs, out of which 7 programs are accredited for 6 years, that is up to 2028. And the remaining 2, that is mining, engineering, and metallurgy, for 3 years, that is up to 2025. The last 2, that is artificial intelligence and computational and data science. These 2 were recently started, so we are yet to
go for accreditation. These all accreditation process done by National Board of Accreditation, Government of India. And next, coming to the ranking statistics, NITK are into two ranking systems. First one, you know, it is a National Institutional Ranking Framework, NIRF. So recently, last Monday, that is 12th of August, Honorable Minister for Education, Shri Dharmendra Pradhanji, he has released the NIRF ranking for 2024. And in that total, this year, approximately all over the country, around 3,500 institutions were participated. So out of 3,500 institutions, around 1,500 institutions were ranked. So among the 1,500 institutions, we are in the 17th place. Of course, we are proud to say we are within 20, but earlier we were within 10. Of course, somehow it has slipped. We will definitely perform better in near future. And there are various categories. So we are in engineering category, it's 17, and research category, we are placed in 42nd, and overall category, it is 46. In addition to that, we are into QS World Ranking System. Again, there are various categories. So we are placed in QS World University Ranking by subject, that is engineering, that to specially mechanical and aerospace engineering. We are in the range of 451 to 500. And Asian University Ranking, the same range. And Southern Asia, we are placed in 125th rank. Now, the parameters considered in giving the ranking by NIRF. There are total 5 parameters. First one is teaching, learning, and resources. That is a maximum score, 30. And research, professional practice, graduation outcomes, outreach and inclusivity, and perception. Let us go one by one, how much marks, how much score we got. The first one during this year, that is 2024. The first category, teaching, learning, resources. There are again 4 subcategories. Student strength, that is basically sanctioned intake versus admitted students. So we scored 17.5 out of 20, pretty good. And faculty-student ratio. So presently we are 1:12 to 1:15. So the minimum should be 1:20. That means 1 faculty for 20 students. That is minimum criteria fixed by Government of India. So now we are in some of the department, we are 1:10, 1:12, 1:11, and some of the department 1:15. So approximately on an average, we are 1:12 to 1:15. So that is okay. But still, this year we have, there are many vacant seats and we are filling shortly. Advertisement already put on. So that anyhow we are going to take care in near future. And the next one is faculty qualification. So once we became a NITK, Institute of National Importance, so minimum qualification to enter the institute is PhD, that is doctorate. So that we have, and of course the experience. The last one is the financial resources and utilization. There is a certain budget in a year. So the amount of budget versus how much amount we have utilized in a financial year. That also counts in giving the scores. So total in the first category, we scored 22.4 out of 30. Reasonably good, but still we can do better. The second one is research and professional practice. That is 30. Publication, only Scopus indexed, Web of Science indexed, and Nature journals are considered here. And quality publication, that mainly depends on, counted based on the number of citation. So more the citation, more the quality, more the citations. And the third one is the patent. The next one is, the last one is projects. That is R&D project, research and development projects, its amount, number of projects, and how much worth it is in terms of crores in a year. Then RNC, that is research and consultancy projects, how much we take in a year and what is the total worth of it. That also counts in getting the score. So of course, we can see here we scored about 14 points, that is 50%. We still have to better in this criteria. Next one is the graduation outcome. Graduate placement and higher studies. Almost 70 to 80% of the students will be placed. That too, overall, considering UG, PG. When it comes to only UG, more than 85% of UG students are placed in every year. So we are doing good here. Out of 40, we scored for 34.55. Then is a graduate university exam. Almost every student will clear their subjects and get the degree within 4 years. So that's why it is out of out. We are out of out. And next one is a graduate median salary. That depends on the salary package what the student receive by the company. So median salary also affects the ranking. We are, of course, we can attract a bigger company so that we can increase our score here in the third one. The last one is a graduate PhD. Number of students coming nowadays, not only in our institute, across the country, number of PhD students getting in is very less compared to last 5-6 years back. Now it is because a good number of companies are there, so they offer a good job with the good packages. So students end up with the, either the UG level or at the PG level. They will not look into the PhD. So that is, of course, we are lacking. Not only our institute, that is, this problem is there for all the institutions across the country. So we are doing good here, almost 16 out of 20. The next one is the outreach and inclusivity. So this is the region of, again, 4 subcategories. Region diversity means we have to attract the students from various, other than Karnataka, various states, as well as other than India, various countries. So that also plays an important role in fixing the ranking. And women diversity, that is women employment as well as women student, girl students. So government of fixed 1:20, 1 female staff employment to 20 male employment. That is their requirement, minimum. Of course, we are satisfying that condition. But for when it comes to students, 50 students, 50-50, that means 50 girls, 50 boys. I think it's very rare in any of the institution. 50 girls and 50 boys. It's very rare. That they expect. Government of India is expecting that. Every 50 boys, they should have 50 girls. That is what? And economically, socially challenged students. So we are providing economically backward students. We are giving the, supporting them financially by providing the scholarships. That we are doing, but we can still do better here. And physically challenged students, of course, almost all the buildings are with the ramp, provided with the ramp, so that it will help the physically challenged students. That's what we can see, 20 out of 20. And we can still do better here. We got 6.23 out of 10. This all marks for this year. The last one is a perception. Various survey over a large category of stakeholders. Stakeholders involves alumni, that's you, once you completed your UG program. So you will become a employee, alumni, and we will, not we, actually this whole process is done by National Board of Accreditation. So they will do the survey on behalf of our institution. So they will get the feedback. So that is alumni, parents, academicians, employers. So they get the feedback from them, and these all, whatever the marks we got, 5.24, it is for the average of last 3 years, not for the immediate previous year or present year, for the average of last 3 years. Of course, we have to increase this by providing a very comfortable life in our campus for the next 4 years. So that is where we are lacking. Of course, we are trying for that. So when it comes to the overall performance, we scored this time 64.27 and placed in 17th rank. See, this is very interesting. This is a table, first rank to first IIT Madras. So that is, they got 89.46, and we are here 17th rank, 64.27. First 8 positions, it is by IIT. 8 positions by IITs, all IITs, you can see here, all IITs. And the difference between from 1 to 8, it is 17.91. The next 9 ranks, 9 to 17, the difference is just 2.61. So it's, earlier it was not so. Initial days, the difference between every ranking is 1.5, 2, 3, sometime 4. You can see here, the difference between the 8th rank and the 9th rank is 5. Whereas after these words, after 9th rank onwards, you see the difference just in terms of decimal. So that means a lot of competition. Everyone are in the race. So of course, we are also in the race. And see, NIT Trichy got 66.88, and we are just 2.61 less, and we are placed in 17th rank. When it comes to the graph, this is the overall ranking statistics. Since from inception, 2017, we were in 22nd position. And now, of course, marks, we scored good. See here, 10th position, less marks, but we were in 10th position. That time competition was less. Now, 2022 onwards, almost the same marks, just difference is just 1 mark. Okay, the difference in the ranking is 7. So this is 10, 12, 17. Marks almost the same. Of course, this shows the competition between the institution. Everyone are trying to get the higher rankings. So let us all join hands together to rise NITK's position among the top 10 near future. I request all the students, your support for the next 4 years to keep our rank between 0 to 10. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Professor Manu. May I request Professor Manu to kindly accept a memento, please. We are running out of time, so we are taking a short break here now, just for 10 minutes. Students are requested to just go out. You'll be served with soft drinks. You are requested to get back and assemble here within 10 minutes. And also, you have to register your attendance in the book that is circulated. You have to write your name, roll number, and get back the register to the front of this hall. So you can leave and have soft drinks and come back. Thank you very much. We request all the students to please get back to this hall and kindly be seated as early as possible. We shortly resume the program. Dear students, please get into the hall as early as possible. Dear students, please get back to the hall as quickly as possible. Those who are gathering outside, kindly get in and kindly be seated. Welcome back, and we are resuming the session now. We now have Professor Sharanappa Joladarashi, Professor in charge of fellowships, to provide us information about fellowships, scholarships, and awards at NITK. Professor Sharanappa did his PhD from IIT Madras in machine design, and he is a professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Professor Sharanappa, please.
Pointer with the right. Mic. Good morning to all. And I would like to congratulate all the students who have got admission in this prestigious institute. So I'm going to talk about the scholarships and the fellowships. Okay. So I am Sharanappa Joladarashi, the professor in charge of the scholarship and the fellowship. So before I start my presentation, I would like to show you the video. Okay. So, the talent should not be suppressed because of the financial problems or the financial requirements. Okay, so no student should be deprived from education. To bring the equality in education, the Government of India under Ministry of Education brought the right to education scheme at the school level. So for higher education, the scholarships and then the fellowships, so I have the broad. So the mission is to create an environment in the institute for all individuals to achieve their human potential through education and income stability and healthy the lives. So mission is to empower the education. Okay, so empower the excellence. That is empowering education is required because the talent deserves a chance. And identify and support the talents, to promote equal opportunities among all the students and foster the research and the innovation, the clear financial pathway to achieve higher levels and invest in the future leaders. So because the mind that overcomes the technical challenges can also conquer the financial ones. Okay, because the lot of the private companies which are coming forward to help underprivileged students, so under corporate social responsibility schemes, there is CSR, the fund. Okay, so let our skills shine brighter than any financial setback. Okay, so success is built on determination, not on the money or the dollars. So our proud sponsors, the Government of India, so in some of the public sectors, the CDOT, so they have sponsored the PhD, the fellowships, and then Bharti Airtel Foundation, so this is for the first year student, it is for all of you. And then the Tata Consultancy Services, the IEEE, so in combination with the Quest, okay, so they have sponsored around 7 students the scholarship in our institute. And then Boeing, so they have sponsored for 10 students. And then the Garrett, and also the Indo-German Science and Technology Center, and Engineers India Limited, and Government of Kerala, Girl Child, the scholarship, and Swami Dayanand Education, the foundation. These are all the sponsors. So wondering how to utilize this superpower for your higher educations. So go to the website. So in that, the academics. So if you go, there is a drop-down menu, and in that, so if you go to that scholarship, the tab, okay, the scholarship and awards. So you will get all the scholarships, so which are available, okay, for all the UG or PG or the PhDs. Okay, so all these the scholarships have been listed, and also the procedure how to apply that, okay, and what is the last date for applying, and all the details are available for you. And also in combination with the MIS team, we made the provision that so who are all the eligible the candidates in your IRIS portal also it is, so it will pop up the scholarship or the fellowship details. Okay, so by chance if it has missed, then always it is available in our website. Okay, you can go to the tab, you will get all the details. So this is on the scholarship which is presently available for you, the Bharti Airtel scholarship. Okay, so for all the UG student, okay, particularly for the first year students. Okay, so they are the sponsoring the scholarship for the top 50 NIRF rank. Okay, so just now our colleagues explained about the NIRF rank. Okay, so where we are. Okay, so all of you are eligible for this scholarship. Okay, so the eligibility is in the first year, and then the citizen of India, and the family income is less than 8.5 lakh. Benefits, the funded for the full duration of UG course. Okay, the complete 100%, the annual fee will be paid by the Bharti Airtel, the scholarship, hostel and mess fee, and also it provides the one laptop for the student who got the scholarship. Okay, so now the applications are open. Okay, till 30th is the last date. So you are requested to go through that and then apply. And then the another scholarship which is available for you is Sahas. Okay, for 2024 batch students. The eligibility for undergraduate students and the 75% and above in the 10th and plus 2. And the annual family income is less than the 6 lakh rupees. Okay? So, and the last date for applying is 15th September. So applications are open now, so you can go to our website and get that more details and try to apply. So overall, the scholarship awardees in our institute in 2023 and then 24, the IEEE, the Quest Global Scholarship for Women. So in 2024, so 7 the students got the scholarship of 50,000 rupees. So all the mechanical, the computer science, information technology, and then the civil. So next is the Boeing, the scholarship award. So the 10 students has got in that 4 the UG students and 4 PG students and 2 PWD students. Okay, all have got the 50,000 rupees award. So and then the CDOT, the Star Fellowship awardee, the 2024 goes to the Athira G. Menon. Okay, so he is getting the 50,000 rupees scholarship every month for 4 years. So around 14 institutes have been listed in India. So in that our institute is one, and among all NIT, ours is the first institute to get this scholarship or the fellowship. And also the Swami Dayanand Scholarship Awardee. So Madhurima, she is a mechanical student and she has got the scholarship. Okay. So a special thanks to all the office bearers for the successful installation of the scholarship and the fellowship. So in the NITK website, I thank the MIS team also to make this extend this the facility in the IRIS portal of the NITK students. So and the congratulations to all the awardees. So it is as advised to all of you regularly keep check about the scholarship and then the awards tab in the website. So these are all the contact details of mine. Okay, the PIC scholarship at nitk.edu.in and then the contact number. All the best and thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. May I request Professor Soumya Hegde, Madam, to please come over to the dais and kindly hand over a memento to Professor Sharanappa. Thanks, sir. Thanks, Madam. We now have Professor Soumya Hegde to highlight the challenges and opportunities for women students. Professor Soumya Hegde received her PhD from NIT Surathkal, and she is a professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Professor Soumya Hegde, please.
Thank you. So good morning, everyone. I'm Soumya Hegde, Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. If you remember, we met on the first day. I had spoken about physical and mental well-being and the facilities that are available at the Healthcare Center of NITK. So challenges and opportunities for women students. This talk was scheduled to be given by Dr. Rashmi, who is an associate professor in the School of Humanities, Social Sciences and Management of NITK. However, due to some family exigency, she is unable to be here today, and I will be speaking on behalf of Dr. Rashmi. So, we are well aware of all the challenges that women face in general. What we are looking at today is what are the challenges that women students face. Okay, now just to put things in perspective, let me give some numbers that the UN has put out. So we are well aware that women constitute half the world's population. But what we may not be aware of is that we constitute, that is, women constitute 2/3 of the total work hours. However, women constitute only 1/10 of the world's income, and women constitute only 1/100th of the world's property, that is, property ownership. So when these numbers are put out, it seems a little shocking. Even though we constitute 50% of the world's population, we own only less than 1/100th of the world's property. So this did not happen overnight. This did not happen by choice. This did not happen by chance. How did we end up here? It is because of certain social and cultural challenges that we have faced over time, which has led us to the current state of affairs. So if you're looking at the statistics with regard to the percentage of women students in the BTech program, it is around 20%, around 21%. And this is across all the semesters. And this number has improved over the years. We have come from 10 to 15 to 20%, but we are a long way away from the midpoint mark. Okay? Now, the girl students or the women students who are here with us today would not have faced the challenges that we are discussing about, or have overcome these challenges, and you're here today. Either way, kudos to you. So what is the need for us to look at the challenges since you have overcome these challenges or not faced these challenges? The reason is that we all collectively are responsible for addressing the challenges, especially the women and the women students, to identify and address the challenges that we are going to discuss about. So let us look at what are some of the challenges that led us to the situation where in education, especially in STEM education, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education, we find that the percentage of women students is way below 50%. So these are some of the challenges that have led us to the current state of affairs. One is the gender bias and stereotypes. And we are well aware that there are several stereotypes that are associated with women. For example, the kind of education that a girl child can have, the kind of career that a woman can have. In fact, even stereotypes about what a woman should think and not think in terms of, for example, a woman should be mild and not ambitious, not aggressive. So there are these stereotypes in place which we have cultivated over a period of time, and no one single person is responsible for this. There are also safety concerns. Given today's day and age, we are all well aware of the safety concerns. I need not tell anything more about this. But this is one of the reasons why women or girl children are not encouraged to go out into the world. In fact, even the workspaces are not safe, as we have seen. Access to education, girl children or women may not have access to basic education, and in our context, may not have access to higher education, right? And one of the reasons, at least for the younger or the school-going children, one of the reasons could be financial reasons. So whenever there is a financial crunch, it is the boy child who gets a priority over the girl child. And the same might hold true even for the higher education. Early marriage and family responsibilities, again, stemming out of the stereotypes that we have. A woman who is going for higher education or for job would have to balance both the family and the work, whereas it is not so critical for a man. Again, all these challenges that I'm mentioning does not apply in each and every case. There are exceptions. Does not apply to each and every culture. There are exceptions. Does not apply to each and every time that we are living in. There are exceptions. Lack of role models. So there are several role models, women role models in different fields. But when it comes to STEM, we find that the role models, especially in research, in education, in the field of technology, finding suitable role models is very difficult. We do have role models, but they are far and few in between, right? When it comes to institutional barriers, there are certain barriers that the institution itself puts on women, right? For example, there are certain positions that are not open to women, like, for example, combat roles in defense. These are positions that are not open to women. We are moving towards changing this. These are the written institutional barriers. There are some other barriers which are not written, but they are in place. For example, women not being thought to be suitable for higher positions. These are not written laws, but there are these barriers that are there. The digital divide. This is one where there is a lot of progress that is happening. That is, in the current time, we say that internet is the great equalizer. Access to internet is available to everyone across class, across gender, across, at least in India it is true. And because of this, everyone is getting access to information, everyone is getting access to education, everyone is getting access to information about the various schemes, even the things that I'm speaking about today. You can access this through the internet. And this is not restricted to anyone. This is one where we have made a lot of progress in the last few years. The glass ceiling, again, the perception of the stereotype that women cannot go or advance in their career beyond a certain limit. These glass ceilings are enforced by the society and sometimes also self-imposed. Women themselves feel that they should not or cannot take up more serious positions in their career. Inadequate menstrual hygiene. This is again a problem when it comes to school-going children. This could be a deterrent for children, girl children, attending schools regularly. Pink-collar jobs. Again, the feeling or the stereotype that there are certain jobs which are best suited for women. For example, jobs which are pertaining to teaching, pertaining to hospitals, or pertaining to hospitality. For example, it is said that women are best suited for teaching jobs, for nursing jobs, or hospitality-related jobs. There is no issue with this. The only problem is that when a woman is relegated to such kind of jobs, these jobs, the pay that is given in these jobs and the working condition of these jobs is not very good. You're sort of handicapping the woman by relegating her to these pink-collar jobs. So these are some of the challenges that a woman can face. And what are the opportunities that we have? How do we come across? Because every challenge is an opportunity for growth, right? So one of the things is increased awareness and advocacy. That is what we are trying to do via this talk. That is, acknowledging that there is a problem and acknowledging the severity of this problem is the first step towards addressing the challenge. So just by knowing the statistics, because obviously, the students who are here today, the girl students who are here today, have overcome these challenges or have not faced these challenges. may not be aware that these challenges do still exist, not just in India, but all world over, especially when it comes to STEM programs. Scholarships and financial aids. This is something that you have heard about in the previous talks. Because access to education, one of the limiting factors to access to education is financial crisis, could be the financial crisis. Providing scholarships, especially to girls' child, is going to help address those challenges. So we have already seen what challenges, what scholarship opportunities are there, but they were for both boys and girls. Next, we will be looking at certain scholarship options that are exclusively for women. Government policies and initiatives. So it is not an individual woman or a girl's battle. The society and the government and the system has to be in place in order to support a woman in her journey. It cannot happen overnight, and therefore the government has to take active role in ensuring that there are policies which are going to help a woman advance in her STEM education, since we are talking about STEM education. Technological advancements, for example, internet is a very good example of how it is an equalizer, giving access to knowledge, information, and so much more via the internet. Entrepreneurship and skill development. So when you find the different challenges in the work environments like glass ceiling, institutional barriers, pink collar jobs, when a woman decides to become an entrepreneur, she's essentially getting rid of these barriers or these challenges, not just for herself, but for many other women, right? So she's aware of these problems and she can very easily address the challenges that we have spoken about for the people who are working for her, and additionally become a role model for other women. Changing social norms, this will not happen overnight. This has to start at the home. It has to start in the families, in the schools, in the classrooms, in the colleges, via open discussions. Slowly, the stereotypes that we have built over the years has to be removed. Supportive networks and mentorship, very essential. Again, this is not a single woman's battle. It is a battle that has to be fought with the support of all the other women, especially women, and also the men. And towards this end, we have a women welfare cell set up at NITK, which is exclusively for supporting and mentoring the women students. And Dr. Rashmi Uchil, who was supposed to give this talk, is the professor in charge of that women welfare cell. So all the women students here are most welcome to go and meet her and contact her and see how you can all work together. Global opportunities. So similar to the opportunities that our government is giving for women students, there are also global initiatives in order to support STEM education that are in place. So here are some of the scholarships. I will just read through these scholarships. More information about this you can obtain from the Women Welfare Cell and also go to these websites. But these are scholarships which are exclusively for women. So some of them are Kotak Kanya scholarships, Adobe Research Women in Technology scholarships, Pragati Scholarship, L'Oreal India Scholarship, Indira Gandhi Scholarship for single girl child. So you can see the amount which is listed here. I think it would be a good idea to go to these websites and explore these scholarships and see which of these scholarships would be suitable for you and apply for these scholarships. So these are scholarships for the women students. There's a Dr. Reddy's Foundation Shashakt Scholarship, BNSTS Scholarship, and so on. So please go to the websites, look out for these scholarships, and apply for them right now in the first year. There are also some initiatives these are the initiatives that the Government of India has taken in order to support women. So for example, you have the Women in STEM program. This is a Department of Science and Technology initiative which is going to provide financial aid to students, scholarships to students. There is the Women in Engineering, Science and Technology, which is again especially the scholarship and the mentoring support which is meant especially for women entrepreneurs. You have the STEM learning for girls, which is geared towards school children. Women in Technology scholarships. There's the Vigyan Jyoti scholarship, which is the DST scholarship, which is for giving workshops and mentoring for women in technology. There is the Women Scientist Scheme, which is again a DST initiative, that is a Department of Science and Technology, Government of India initiative for women who have taken a career break and want to get back into the workforce. So these challenges that we are speaking about may be challenges that you face in the future when you enter the higher education realm or you go into the workforce, or you might see somebody else struggling with these challenges and you become a little more equipped to handle and address these challenges and support your friends who are facing these challenges when you're aware of the challenges and the opportunities. So the idea is not just to inform you about the various scholarship opportunities that are available, but also to start a conversation on this topic. So here is Dr. Rashmi Uchil's contact. She's a PIC Women Welfare Cell. You have her contact information, rashmiuchil@nitk.edu.in. Please contact her and get more information about the scholarships. So I hope I've done justice to what Dr. Rashmi wanted to speak to you about. And thank you all. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, Madam. May I request Professor Prabhu to please come over and kindly give away a memento to Professor Soumya Hegde. Thank you, Madam, and thank you, sir. Now we have Professor Prabhu K, Liaison Officer for SC/ST, will now provide us with information about the special schemes for the underprivileged. Professor Prabhu K is a professor in the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. He did his PhD from NIT Tiruchirappalli, and his research areas are wireless optical communication, and wireless communication. Professor Prabhu, please.
Online. Yeah. So, very good afternoon to all. So, I am Dr. Prabhu, Associate Professor from Department of ECE, and as well as Liaison Officer of SC/ST Cell. So, I am very happy to present the special schemes for the underprivileged. So the primary outcome of education is discipline and thinking. So thinking starts from questioning as well as imagination. So let us start with a question. Who are we? So please think yourself. Who are we? Okay. So, and by the time we will have a quick virtual tour to the universe from macro to micro. So I hope last 2 days you had many virtual tours about our entire NITK campus, your departments, NITK beach, etc. This is another add-on, the virtual tour of the universe. So you are right, actually. Universe, it's beyond our imagination, isn't it? It's infinite. If you take the universe, a small piece of universe, it is called it as observable universe. This observable universe itself, its diameter of 93,000 light years. I hope you realize the value of it. So the speed of light is 3 lakh kilometers per second. If your light travels throughout a year, it is called it as light year. So the diameter of the universe itself, 93,000 light year. And this observable universe, it has 2 lakh crore galaxies. And each galaxy, it has more than 10,000 crore solar system. And every solar system, it consists of planets, stars, stratoids, etc. And almost 10 to the power of 24, more than that planets exist in the universe. Similarly, 10 to the power of 21 stars in that universe. So universe is very big, right? So if you take a solar system, a living planet in the solar system is Earth, if you take Earth again, the total estimated species is 87 lakhs. And including humans, as we know that the world's population is 800 crore, and individual microorganism in this Earth is 10 to the power of 30. Now again, we will come back to the question, who are we? So if we compare ourselves to the universe, so we can get 2-3 observations. So the first observation is, so we are also part of the universe. We have equivalent potential and energy. So we can do anything. And second observation is, if we compare ourselves with the universe, we are zero, nothing, isn't it? So we have to put down our head-weight egos. That is the starting point of learning. If you think the moment I know everything, you are not capable to learn, isn't it? So we have to avoid ego and head weights. At the same time, another observation, if you take the macro thing in this solar system, you take it as consider as a solar system, see the structure, the sun is the center one. Around the sun, the planets are evolving around it. So see, take a smaller one, micro level structure, even nano level, atomic structure. The center point is nucleus, isn't it? Around the nucleus, electrons are evolving with respect to their orbits. Both the structures are same, and almost the mechanism also same. So the electrons moving around it, right? That only known as electron spinning, electron orbital momentum, isn't it? So again, the observation is in nature, in front of nature, everybody is equal. Am I right? So therefore, we have to give respect to the human values. With this small thought, we can enter into our presentation. So the major focus of our presentation is, so the SC/ST cell as well as OBC cell exist in our NITK campus. So what is the functionality of these cells, and what is the responsibility of both the cells, as well as the various activities of the cells that we are going to discuss. And also we are going to discuss the various scholarship opportunities available for these underprivileged students, following with conclusion. So if you take SC/ST cell, yes, I am the liaison officer of the SC/ST cell, myself, Prabhu. And you can see that picture of this SC/ST cell. It's located in main building, second floor. The room number is 22. And you can reach out this SC/ST cell office through email ID, as well as you can reach out through call, as well as for more information, you can refer to the website. And also we are going to create a Google Groups for you, so that any scholarship related information and the various activities of this, both the SC/ST cells and OBC cells, it will be conveyed through these Google Groups. Once if you receive your institute email ID, this group, Google Group ID will be created and shared with you all. And also you can see that office assistant, Ms. Usha, she is common for both SC/ST cell as well as OBC cell. You can reach her anytime, you can get more information. And with respect to OBC cell, we have liaison officer, Professor Murugan V, and Professor of Department of MESCS Department. And this OBC cell also located in main building, same floor, second floor, and the room number is 3. And this is that OBC cell you can see in this picture. And you can reach out that OBC cell again through that email as well as phone. And you can, for more information, you can refer the OBC cell website. And the various responsibility of both the cells, SC/ST cell as well as OBC cell is, so first thing is to ensure that discrimination-free campus. There is no any discrimination against caste and any other thing. And ensure that implementation of reservation policies with respect to recruitment as well as admission and other related activities. And another major responsibility is to address the grievances. And we are happy to share that in our history or recent 5 years, there is no any grievances with related to this thing. So we are happy to announce the same. And also another responsibility is providing a special support to that our SC/ST, OBC, that underprivileged students, as well as staffs, as well as employees. So we can implement this thing through that various mechanism, especially with respect to that special support. One of the special support is scholarship programs, as well as financial assistance. And another thing is placement related programs. For example, already we scheduled a placement training program for final year students, UG as well as PG. It's scheduled in September first week as well as August last week. 3 days it's scheduled actually. And similarly, mentorship programs and all other events, such as cultural events like Ambedkar Jayanti celebration, Divas Jayanti celebration, etc. Okay, so the whole thing is implemented through liaison officers, and the whole team is, and following with advisory committees for with respect to each cell, and also we have cell members, and also we have faculty advisors. This first time we are introducing faculty advisors for each department. So if any student facing any academic and other related issues, directly you can reach out in your department itself. Further, we can reach out at the respective cells. And also we have the student coordinators. And with respect to scholarship, the wide scholarship available for SC/ST students is like top class education. So previously it's known as top class education was known as National Scholarship for Higher Education. So the various scholarship available for SC/ST students, OBC students, and others, it primarily covers 3-4 that overheads. That is, first thing is like admission fee, and another thing is living expenses, and books and stationery expenses, and also laptop purchase. It's a one-time grant actually, the maximum of 45,000. So these are the features of this top class education. It's applicable for only SC/ST students. So the eligibility for ST students to receive this scholarship is their family income should be less than 6 lakhs, and the fund is supported by Ministry of Tribal Affairs. And with respect to SC students, NITK have 13 slots actually. Okay. So again, these 13 slots based on the JE ranking, and family income less than should be 8 lakhs. So this fund supported for SC students by Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. For more details, you can refer that website, scholarships.gov.in. So most of the scholarship will be open in October. Anyway, we'll guide you full support, online demonstration also, how you have to enroll, how you have to give your details, what are the supporting documents required, everything will be provided to you. And the similar scholarship available for OBC students as well as EBC and DNT students, that is called it as PM Yasasvi scheme. Again, the features of this scheme is it covers living expenses, books and stationery, it's similar to that like top education scholarship scheme. And again, eligibility, so we have 130 slots. Last year, 120 students benefited through this Yasasvi scheme. And for that eligibility is family income should be less than 2.5 lakhs per annum. And we have another additional thing is financial assistance from our NITK. So this is especially for SC/ST students. So the first thing is we are offering like full tuition fee waiver for all the enrolled BTech and MTech students. Okay. And also we are providing like additional financial support. For that additional financial support, it's purely reimbursement based. You have to spend first, then you have to reimbursement later. So it covers again like laptop purchase, one-time grant up to 45,000. You have to purchase a laptop, you have to submit the bill, you can receive maximum of 45,000 rupees. Reimbursement you can get it. Similarly, it covers books and stationery and full reimbursement of hostel fees. So for this, the eligibility is the student should not have any other scholarship. Suppose the students do not have that any other scholarship, they will be eligible for that. And family income should be less than 4.5 lakhs per annum. And apart from that, to encourage these underprivileged students to excel in their academic performance, we are offering academic performance incentives. If the student like having that more than 6.5 CGPA, so they will receive 12,000 per annum. So this is eligible for BTech, MCA, MBA, and MSc students. And if they maintain like 8 and above CGPA, they will receive 18,000 per annum. And apart from these scholarship schemes, as I mentioned initially, both the cells collaboratively, they are organizing, there are many events with respect to that professional and skill development program, placement related programs, workshops and panel discussion, and very specific thing now we introduced is higher studies and entrepreneurship awareness programs. So this already we have MOU with ICF Venture Capital Fund, so we are planning these events. Almost more than 10 events are scheduled. The events calendar will be shared with you all. And also, we have many programs to support staffs as well as faculties. And we are planning another small orientation program with respect to that cells By the time we will provide that event calendar as well as the booklet, it contains the information about the various scholarships, opportunities, etc. So the conclusion is NITK is providing an atmosphere where all students happily interact with each other, and very happy to say this is a discrimination-free campus, and we are kindly expect the same from all of you. And we started with a question, again we ended with the question. So what makes you feel happy when you are at the beach? As you know that NITK is unique, right? We have NITK beach. So one of the reason is our body is completely made up of with Panchabhuta. So there is only one place you can find all the Panchabhuta, like fire in terms of sun, very nice breeze, land, sky, everything you can feel it in beach only. So therefore, see, my final conclusion is, see, don't limit yourself with books and Google, etc. All the inventions invented are going to invent everything borrowed from nature. If you mingle with nature, you are the capable person to invent the things. You can learn a lot of things. Okay, so you can utilize these things and get energy and contribute to that NITK Institute. Once again, welcome to NITK and all the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. May I request Professor Veer Shetty to please come and give away a memento to Professor Prabhu. Thanks to both of you. Professor Veer Shetty Gumtapure, Professor in charge of Reservation, will now be talking about rising above and beyond reservations. Professor Veer Shetty is a professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering. He obtained his PhD from IIT Madras, and his research interests are renewable energy, solar energy conversions, and heat transfer. Professor Veer Shetty, please.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yeah, I am Veer Shetty. I am speaking about rising above and behind the reservation. And why reservation? And why Indian Constitution and Indian government has made a reservation? What is the benefit we need to take out of it? Whether we read the reservation, without that whether we can survive it? These are the questions we need to put in front of us. And to overcome the difficulty which people have faced thousands of years, Indian government, under the leadership of Dr. Ambedkar, while drafting the Constitution, they made a provision to overcome the people who are faced thousands of years. They made a provision. We need to take that advantage, make equal to the other people. That's what the reservation tells about it. And there are different percentage of the reservations the government has maintained based on the population which is there. And these are 16% and other now 15, 7.5 and 22.5. The population is different, the availability of the percentage is different. That's what is there. And other backward and economically weaker sections. These are the percentage it is available. And what are the challenges and way forward? Why you need to have this focusing on quality of the educations. That is one reason why the reservation is required. And economic empowerment and skill development. targeted social welfare program, and encouraging social integration. These are some of the points I had noted down, and this one you can. And taking the help of reservation, and this is one guy who reached the MIT, taking the reservation. This is the one guy who reached the MIT, Robin Singh, and he did the BTech from NITK 2016, 8 years back, and went to MIT, do the master's as well as PhD integrated with full scholarship. And he belongs to OBC. And mechanical guy, he's mechanical student. When it comes to me, sir, I want to go for a master's somewhere in USA. Then I guided him to go to MIT or any other institute in USA or higher level. First, we need to prepare yourself to reach out that point. What I made him to go to IISc with the help of Professor S.M. Kulkarni, sir, who has given the talk to you, because he did the PhD at IISc, did the internship at IISc during his second year, published one paper, and that helped him to go to USA for doing the internship with some fellowship, did the internship in third year at USA, and both the place he could able to publish the paper. That helped him to get into MIT with full scholarship. He entered the NITK because of reservation, otherwise you could not get. And he is behind the reservation, get into MIT. That's what the title tells. Rising behind the reservation. He moved above the reservation, made himself as a person who can reach out to the place which is the highest learning place in the world. And I came to know this year there are 8 BTech students from Karnataka who qualified civil service prelim exam from Karnataka only, not from other states. I mean, you people are talent and you can do anything. You people are talent, you can do anything. You enter the NITK, make use of it. There is plenty of opportunity to grow yourself, and we are there to help in all respect. We are there here to help in all respect, whether you are SC, whether you are ST, whether you are OBC, whether you are EWS, whether you are open category. We are all open, you all. Yeah. So that is what I wanted to convey. And myself, Dr. Veer Shetty, professor in mechanical department and professor in charge for reservation cell. And I have something in my mind. I'm planning to work for you. Say, we are planning to have some kind of the orientation program for civil service exam. We are planning to have some orientation program, how to reach out to MIT. And bringing back to the Robin Singh, what he manipulated. And we'll try to do some activities. My sincere request to you all people, take advantage of it. Don't run away whenever we are conducting any activities. I mean, there are the students who are going to do the orientation, they are running away from all the doors which is vacant. That's what. Whenever, whatever activity you do in NITK, please attend. And all the people which you are using mobile, please shut down your mobile. Please switch off your mobile. Listen to what people are going to tell. And that is the one it is killing you and us. Yeah. I welcome you all, the temple of NITK, Suratkar. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. May I request Professor Hari Mahalingam, sir, to please come over to the dais and kindly hand over a memento to Professor Veer Shetty. Thank you very much, sir. Now we have Professor Hari Mahalingam, Liaison Officer for PWD, who will be talking about overcoming physical limitations and mental stress. Professor Hari Mahalingam is a professor in the Department of Chemical Engineering. He obtained his PhD from the National University of Singapore. His research interests are novel multi-phase reactors, process modeling, and simulation. Professor Hari Mahalingam, please.
Thank you, Dr. Subramania. Am I audible? Good morning, good afternoon to all of you. So, the topic that was initially assigned to me is, basically I have written that in bracket over here, and that's overcoming physical limitations and mental stress. But then I thought it is not really appropriate for young students who have come to the gates of NITK for the first time in your life. So I basically changed the title to better reflect sentiments, what I had in my mind. And I said, okay, why can't we embrace our disability and mental health? Embrace it together. Why? Because if one of us is having a difficulty, we surely are not alone in knowing how to handle that difficulties. That means we require the help of our friends or our family or our community in solving the difficulties that we are facing in our lives. So therefore, it's essential that as a community, we should all embrace these particular difficulties and help each and every one of us to grow. So with that particular note, I will just introduce myself. I am Dr. Hari Mahalingam, and I am the grievance officer in charge of persons with disabilities, that is PWD. As you can see, there is a very nice photograph, which allows you to think about the beauty of NITK. As Dr. Prabhu has told many times, that you can appreciate that NITK is a very, very beautiful campus. Okay, so coming to the first part of my presentation, which is on disability. So basically, the word PWD basically refers to persons with disabilities. We should not call a person as handicapped, or we should not call a person as disabled, right? It is better we use a particular term to represent this category of people. Are there any students who have taken admission under PWD? Anybody in the audience? No? Okay, fine. So what does it mean basically? So basically we have 21 types of disabilities which are defined under the Reservation for Persons with Disabilities Act 2016, which is a very recent act. So there are 21 different types of disabilities, and for each particular type of disability, there is what we call as a benchmark disability. That means the person must have a minimum of 40% disability in that particular class of disability. So reservations for persons with benchmark disability, which is 40% minimum, is mandated in higher educational institutes, and 5% of the admissions every year is set aside for persons with disability. Anybody can recognize this person here? I doubt very much, because you may not know. He is one of the alumni of our NITK. So he is Suhas Lalinakari. He is a BTech student of Computer Science and Engineering branch, 2004. And today he is a very distinguished achiever. What he is well known for, of course, in his profession, he has become an IAS officer, and presently he is serving as the district collector of the Noida area near Delhi. And apart from that, he has also excelled in his sport activity. So he has become well known for his achievements in badminton. So in badminton, he is basically, I think, number one in the world for person with disability. So there are two things. Every normal person should get inspired, because if he can do it, then why can't we do it? So that is one. And second, any person who has a disability in one form or the other should also feel encouraged that we should not worry about our disability and try our best to overcome the barrier that has been given to us. Right? So in that way, you can read this particular motivational message. And of course, in view of his achievements, NITK has recently conferred an honorary doctorate for his achievements, I think 2-3 years back. Okay. Now, this 5%, it is not only physical. It's not like, orthopedically handicapped, hearing handicapped, visually handicapped, but it also includes a special class of disability. So what is that special class of disability? That is basically called specific learning disabilities, that is SLD. Anybody has an SLD? Not that you might like to declare, but is anybody facing this problem? Basically, what we mean by HLD, so we have, for that 5%, we have 1% reserved for the people with this kind of difficulties. So they could be dyslexia, which means you have a reading difficulty, could be dysgraphia, which means you have a writing difficulty, and it could be dyscalculia, which you have some difficulty in mathematical formulae, etc. Now, mostly this is an invisible disability. It is not a visible disability. That means there may be somebody among you who may be having this disability but may not be knowing about it. So there are well-defined procedures. You have to go for an evaluation, and then based upon that evaluation, you have to meet with the doctors, and then they would be able to diagnose what kind of problem you're facing under this particular category. So if any of you feel like you have some particular difficulty in this particular category, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. It is not a stigma. Let it not be a stigma here, right? Every one of us will have some difficulty in one way or the other. But if you have this specific kind of difficulty, don't hesitate to reach out to the teachers, to your mentor, to your faculty advisor, etc. And I have put some pictures on this side. You can recognize some of these people here, very, very well-known people. May not come as any surprise to see that these people have suffered from one of these 3 specific learning disabilities. Right, you can see Richard Branson over here. You can see Abhishek Bachchan over here. They all have, been known to have such kind of difficulties and acknowledge that they have such kind of difficulties. Right? But this slide also shows some of the advantages that these type of difficult students facing this kind of difficulty, they have some special advantages also. They are unusually creative. They can think outside the box. They can, they can employ much lateral thinking. So this particular slide gives some idea of what are the advantages that these kind of people face. Okay, so if you look at this slide, you can derive inspiration and say, yes, I can also do this. And finally, on this side, there is a term that is now being used by corporates all over the world. They say we are neurodiverse. What does it mean? It means that, hiring people with these kind of declared difficulties is good business. Why it is good business? Because these people bring a lot of energy and creativity to the table. So they are very good at brainstorming. They are very good at cutting through the morass of problems that are faced in the industry, and they are very good at finding solutions immediately. So you can see that this slide shows some of the companies which actually practice neurodivergence. So this is what I want to say about this one. The next slide is a very important part. For those of you who have been admitted on the PWD quota, if you don't have a universal disability identity, please get one immediately, because the government is very serious about linking all the scholarships and any financial assistance schemes to this particular identity. So the identity basically looks something like this and will have three different colors. Color blue, in this case, denote a permanent disability, and if there is an brown or yellow color, it may denote a lesser grade of disability, right? But generally, most of the people will have, permanent disability. If you want to know where to get one, you can apply online on the website that is, www.swabalamban.gov.in, or you can go in person to our local government general hospital, which is the Wenlock Hospital in Mangalore, and you can go specifically to room number 80 on a Tuesday, not on all days, but on Tuesday. That process will be available and people will be there to guide you on how to apply for the UDID card. And now the students may be thinking, I'm not disabled, why should I know about this? No. You may have some relative or some other, your own sibling may be having a difficulty. In that case, you can advise them, this is what you need to do, right? So don't think that it is not pertaining only to you, it pertains to everybody else also. Finally, a small comment on whether we are building an accessible campus, whether it is accessible for all. We are happy to say that all major buildings, all department buildings have been fitted with ramps. And these ramps are basically meant to facilitate easy wheelchair access. Most of the buildings also have special toilets and bathrooms for persons with disability, mostly those who are wheelchair bound. So these are some of the photos. This shows specially reconstructed toilet over here, and these shows ramps which have been built to facilitate easy access. But if some of you feel that you require a particular facility, you can please let us know. If you need a particular facility, do let us know. Finally, last but not the least, what is that I'm talking about? Mental health. Mental health is a very big issue among the students in India. But I don't want to sound very alarmist about it. I don't want to start talking about mental health in too much detail. So I want to basically encourage every one of you to remember what our great President of India, Dr. Abdul Kalam, has said. What did he say? He said that mental strength is the most powerful source of support when we are going through difficult times. If we delve into the deep depths of our being, we can find the inner strength to keep moving towards our goal, no matter how difficult the path may seem. This is what Dr. Abdul Kalam has told, and I would strongly advise all of you to keep this memorable quote by Dr. Abdul Kalam very much ingrained in your memory. So that if you remember this, no matter how things look difficult, you will always be able to find the inner resolve and the courage to keep moving forward. Right? Which is very important. Same time, I also said earlier that all of us should embrace, right? All of us should work together, right? That means if you find some of your friends who may be having a mental health problem, please don't hesitate to extend the necessary support to that person. Right? Or how you may do it directly or you may do it indirectly. That process is left to you. But as a community, we must be there to help every one of us. So I'll also conclude with, I'll also say one more important thing. There are basically two places that you need to go often. Applies for all of us. The place that heals you. I think Dr. Prabhu ended with a quote by, on the beach. So the beach is one wonderful place where you can go every day to heal yourself. And go to the place that inspires you. If you make this a regular part of your practice, then you will be able to solve whatever difficulty you may have in your life. Okay. And on the left-hand side, for those people who feel that they may be having some mental health issue, they are most welcome to reach out on the telephone line and call this particular number where they will be put in touch with a counselor. It is generally available and it is an initiative promoted by the government of India. So finally, what we should do, we should build a campus that is having positive mental health and well-being and resilience. If you see carefully, all of these three words are embedded into the memorable quote by Dr. Abdul Kalam. But it is our duty to build a campus that reflects all of these three words. So let us all do our part in creating a positive ambience in the campus. If you need any local help, a qualified counselor is available in the healthcare center, and these are the timings of the counselor. It's available on every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. And the times are 4 to 6 p.m. on Monday and Thursday, and 10 to 12 p.m. on Saturday. So please don't hesitate to reach out to the qualified counselor or any one of us. Whether it is the topmost person in the campus or the bottommost person in the campus, don't hesitate to reach out to us and share your difficulty with us. So once again, the number is repeated here, and I have put a small logo here, wellness. So let us all strive towards creating a positive wellness for us. So with this slide, I would say thank you and wish you all the best in your 4 years study at NITK. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much, sir. May I request you to kindly accept a small memento from us. Here are a few important announcements. Please note that batches 5 and 6, that is B5 and B6, will be leaving to Pilikula exactly at 2 p.m. Bus is labeled as B5 and B6 and is parked in front of main building. So every one of you who are belonging to B5 and B6, please reach in front of the main building and catch the bus exactly at 2 p.m. And you are led by Professor Vani and Professor Shashidhar Kotyan. And about the remaining batches, they will be assembling at Pavilion at 1:50 p.m. and to leave Pavilion at 2 p.m. as per the regular schedule to visit various other departments. So we have come to the end of today's morning session. We thank each one of you for your presence, patience, and support. We thank all the NITK office bearers who have made the presentations today. We thank our director, Professor B. Ravi, sir, for his unfathomable encouragement. We submit our gratitude to our deputy director, Professor Subhash C. Yaragal, sir. We thank our Dean Students Welfare, Professor A. Chittaranjan Hegde. Thanks are due to the members of the organizing committee of the entire Orientation Program 2024. Special thanks to Dr. Manoj and Ms. Pooja, Office of Dean Students Welfare. So as per schedule, we have to depart for our lunch now, and please follow the schedule provided for the afternoon session. Thank you so much and have a great day.
Well, we came to the end of morning session, and it was completely monitored and managed by Professor Subramanya Kundapura as MC. On behalf of you all and on behalf of the Institute and myself, I would like to present a memento to Professor Subramanya. Subramanya.